watching Poindexter Lounge. You already know. You're watching Poindexter Lounge for the unity.
Nonsense! Tastes like sugar! Nicotina's mom! Tastes like sugar! John Cena! Tastes like sugar!
Poindexter, you're getting all excited.
Why don't you set aside an hour or two? We'll have a few drinks and a cup of coffee I don't drink.
And now I'll make the point better. This joint's clever. In the lounge with Poindexter. So Poindexter Lounge, you know that we can get it in. And now I'm headed up like I'm Led Zeppelin.
I think I'm going to eat a taco. A taco. I think I'm going to eat this taco. This taco.
What's up, nerd family? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, and it is good to have you with me in the lounge tonight. Now, I apologize there. We had a little bit of a hiccup. I hit the start button, and then there were things that were not playing, and so I was trying to get everything together for you. So I appreciate you being here. But hey, like I said, my name is Enosh. It's good to have you in the lounge tonight. If this is your first time to the lounge, just know that the Poindexter Lounge is a place for nerds. It's a place where you and me and my crew, meaning our entire nerd family, just like you, can get together and talk about the things that we love. Things like TV shows, movies, games, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books, superheroes, toys. I got some stuff to show you tonight. And so much more. And if those are things that get you excited, if those are things that get you up in the morning, if those are things that get you just on the road and just thinking about, oh my gosh, like in Star Wars, what happened here and what happened there, and like what was this and what was that, and what planet was it that Han was talking about where they ran into a bounty hunter before they came? Yes, in Empire. Yes, if those are things that get you excited, then hey, you have found the right place. So please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Give us a thumbs up before you leave tonight, just to let us know that you do like what we're doing here, and we appreciate you, and we're so glad that you are here. It's always a fun time on the lounge. You never know what's going to happen by the end of the night. And you never know who might pop in. You never know what might be said. You never know what crazy thing I might do in hour 3. Stranger things have happened. And so you're going to want to be around for that. All right. So shout out to all of our patrons. Thank you guys for all that you do. You guys are so fantastic. I appreciate each and every one of you so much for being patron members of the channel. You guys are awesome and you are appreciated greatly. Also, all of our members, you are appreciated as well. And we're so thankful for all of you who've come alongside of us and become members. And don't forget that with membership, there are all kinds of privileges. There are all kinds of wonderful things that you can do and be a part of. And there's emoticons that you can use. And there's all kinds of fun stuff. And so, hey, thank you guys for your support of the channel. That being said, we got a bunch of cool stuff to talk about tonight. A lot of great stories and stuff are going on. What's up, Kyoki? Good to see you here. Anchorman says, what's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming at you with another video. What's up, Sean? Good to see you in here. Stella, always a great night to see you. What's up, Xeon the Great? Good to see you. Let's see. Black Ops is here. Yeah, there you go. Resident Justice is in here. People who are on who are backstage are here, so that's awesome. You Do Suck is here. Bradley's here. Super Cam is here. Good to see you guys. You Do Suck giving me a hard time there, and you know what, well deserved. H Bart's in the house. What's going on, H Bart's? Always good to see you, brother. Let's see. My thing just popped down there. Okay. Brian Master Nunn is here. Jimmy, what's going on? Jimmy, good to see you. Vincenzo? Vincenzo. I like that. Vincenzo. Hey, Enosh, looking forward to listening. Hey, so glad to have you here, Vincenzo. 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 I think I got that right. I hope I did. I try to get these things right because my name's Enosh, and I know that I mess stuff up sometimes, but people mess up my name all the time. So, but glad to have you here. Geek Studios. What's up, geeks? Good to see you. Hey, Sterling Silver Rose, they're over there on Twitch. Good to see you as well. Let's see here. Bat City Stuff is in the house. Enosh, I get that you don't want to have the Ayer cut taken away from James Gunn's movie, but by that logic, wouldn't the Schumacher cut take away from Matt Reeves' movie? Both are older movies. Maybe, except for the fact that maybe, whatever we get with James Gunn's, it's technically still a continuation from this movie, and it's kind of a reboot all in the same thing. So that's just kind of where I'm at with that. I feel like, like supporting the Schumacher cut, that's a completely different universe, a completely different thing. But I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying to a point. Yeah. And I mean, I'm down with that. Like I said, I'm all in for the Ayer cut. I definitely want to see the Ayer cut, and I definitely think it should be done for sure. And it needs to happen. Oh, my Diaz, Eddie is here. Good to see Eddie. Always good to see Eddie. What's up, Katsuka? Thank you, Katsuka. Katsuka just bequeathed something to me, which is very nice through Rhea. I was just over on Zod's stream earlier. For those of you who missed that, you may want to go check that out. And the fun time that we had there, we did have a good time. But thank you, Katsuka. It won the prize of the 4K of Batman v Superman from over there from Zod, and ended up going to Rhea, and then Rhea gave it to me. So Katsuka gave it to me via that. So Katsuka, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Let's see. What's up, Christian? Good to see you here. Megapodtastic. Always good to see you. Yo, what's up? Richard Gilbert is in the house. Oh my goodness, so many great people here. What's up? What's up, Simon Levenstein's Andrew? Good to see you. Good to see you. What's up, Wonder Meg? Wonder Meg is in the house. This is awesome. This is awesome. Says, looking forward to watching the stream. Had a lot of fun with Tiff a few days ago. Really needed that girl time after a rough few weeks. Meg, I'm glad that you guys had that time together too. Tiffany has been super excited about it and was telling me about it and stuff. And I look forward to seeing what other adventures you ladies get into. And always much love to you, Wonder Meg, you and the Nerd Queens. And I'm gonna talk about you guys here in just a minute and say some stuff that about y'all that's positive, and because that's how I feel. And that's what I'm going to do. What's up, Kinky Sphincter? Good to see you here in the chat tonight. Nova Joe, good to see you. Great long stream with Zod today, Mr. Feith. Thank you, Nova Joe. I appreciate that. What's up, Frank E? Good to see you. You know what? I try to be fair and I try to be honest, and that's all I can be, you know. And people either are going to like that or they're not, and people are either going to take me for my word or they're not. But I appreciate you saying so. What's up, Lena Deli? Oh my goodness, there's my buddy. There's my guitar buddy. Says looking forward to listening to today's talk. Fire, bring it on. Absolutely. We got some good stuff. We got some good topics tonight. What's up, Ryan in the house here? Daniel, good to see all of you guys. And then, hey, Super Cam. Whoops, this thing just jumped right when I did that. Super Cam 1721 with our first super chat of the night. Thank you so much. The $9.99 super chat says, Enosh, just got my poster in today and I love it. Thank you so much. And to everyone in the lounge, really proud of being a member of its community. Restore the Snyderverse. I'm so glad that you're enjoying that poster. We gave away a couple of those, 3 actually, of those Victor Koo posters. And so I'm really glad that you're enjoying that. And I'm glad that you got it. What's up, Okai? Good to see you. What's up, Mary? Always good to see you. Yes, it's a great poster. Andrew Casali in the house. Ozzy Mendias is in the house. Zentech, oh, it's good to see you, buddy. Hey, man, I sent you a link, man. If you can join us, would love to have you all the way from Australia. Always good to see you, sir. Okay. So did I get this right? Vincenzo. I got it. You and me, bro. Vincenzo. I love it. I got it now. Vincenzo. What's up, DC Talk with Extended? Always good to see him here. What's up? Tiff Tastic is in here. Says, I'm here trying to figure out how to get so much done in 1 week. If you would, if you're a person of faith or otherwise, please say up a little prayer for Tiff. She's having surgery on her arm next week. She's got an entrapped nerve. And so they're going to have to cut her. And hopefully it's just like a little thing that they're going to have to do to do that. We're hoping it doesn't have to go much bigger than that, but she hasn't had feeling in her actually it's her left hand in her, like the whole side of her hand for a couple of months. And so if you would just kind of keep her in your thoughts. 187, good to see you. Oh, thank you so much. Stiffmeister in the house. Good to see you. JP Frazier is in the house. Good to see you. Let's see. Anybody else here before we go to our panel? I'm seeing everybody. It's all good stuff. Looks like we got everybody. Oh, hey, H Barts with a $5 super chat. Thank you, H Barts. Says, should I burn my Justice League or send to Joss Whedon? That's a good question. You know what you could do? You could send Joss Whedon a copy of Zack Snyder's Justice League so that he could see what a good movie actually is. Friends don't let friends watch Justice League, right? Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate that. All right. So, guys, we got a great panel tonight and a bunch of great people. So, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring in, he's been my right-hand man now for a while. Love this guy. Always does a great job here and just become a good friend. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome with me Brian, Master of None. Good to see you, sir.
Hey, everybody. How you doing tonight, man? Doing fantastic.
Fired up, bro.
Finally had a day off after a hard week. Ready to rock. Let's do this.
Heck yeah. All right. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the silent but deadly Eddie. What's up, Eddie?
Yeah, what's up?
That's right.
When he does talk, you know he's got something important to say.
That's right. It's like you got to stick and move, you know? It's like say
heck
something.
Yeah, man. Heck yeah.
Say something.
Then also, whoops, dang it, I lost connection with my mouse. I'm trying to bring you guys in. Hold on a second. I'm going to have to use the pad. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good friend of the channel, and been great getting to know him lately. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Black Ops, good to see you, sir.
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
Nice.
Good to see you. And then,
hey, what's up?
And then this guy, troublemaker as he is, but we love him anyways. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I don't know what to call him. I really don't know what to call him right now. I mean, but,
I was gonna say you go from like the quiet one to the one that you wish would be quiet.
no, Matt Jarbo's not here. Matt Jarbo is not here. No, it's this guy right here. It's RJ.
Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Or as he's calling himself tonight, the banana that Enosh ate. If you missed the banana moment, then you got to go back and watch the banana moment from. Dang, when was that? Was that Thursday?
Yeah, it was a few days ago.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Wow.
Was it that long ago?
Feels like it.
Feels like it is.
It was a great
Crap.
stream. That was a great moment.
Oh my gosh, have I not streamed since Thursday?
It's been a while. I mean, you did the Condor Man watch party on Sunday.
Yeah, I guess so. Dang. Wow. Okay, well, there you go. Well, I ate a banana in like hour 3 or 4 or something like that, and we had a real good time. It was fun.
It was something. It was something.
Indeed, it was.
It was definitely something. It was definitely something. So okay. So before we jump into anything, Tiptastic asks about Eddie. Says, "Silent but deadly. Did you just compare him to a fart?"
By the way, I was going to say, I hope everyone had an amazing Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
Saw Enosh was grilling up some food.
I was, and it was good, man. It was good stuff. What's up, Wonder Meg? Wonder Meg says hi to everybody. So I want to share with you guys. Something. So today, first of all, literally before I went on the air with Zod, I got something very special, and so I debuted it over there on Zod's channel. But it was my Justice Con 21 shirt. Check it out in all of its beauty and majesty.
That's nice.
Yes,
It's very nice.
Justice Con has proven itself to be a great thing for the fans, by fans. Thank you, Wonder Meg. Thank you, Nerd Queens, for your hard work. Like people don't even understand. People don't even understand, like even last year in 2020 when they put that on, like I've heard them talk about so many times, like they didn't expect it to like be as huge as it was, and for people to just respond the way that they did. And look, some of the best people can say whatever they want to about anything, right? But you know what? Some of the best interviews, some of the best comments and things that we've heard from Zack Snyder, from Ray Fisher, from Report, like all these people came at Justice Con.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what? I'll tell you, man. You know what? Justice Con was fire, man. Justice Con 2020 was fire, and I was absolutely blessed and blown away that I was.
I can't imagine how much work goes into creating something like that either.
Oh, dude,
like putting it together.
Like I said, they did such a great job. So I mean,
Yeah, it was amazing.
Heck yeah. So hats off to those ladies. And I tell you what, and this year they took it so far above, oh my gosh. I'm just going to tell you straight up, anybody hating on that or thinking that they can do better have no clue what they're talking about. Literally, you had reps from Netflix in the back, making sure that you said the right thing, did the right thing, that you handled their stars the right way, and all that stuff. And, and then, I mean, the people that were on there and that they got to come on there and talk about, these movies that we love so much, whether it be Zack Snyder's Justice League, or whether it be Army of the Dead, which, I mean, my gosh, man, some of those panels on Army of the Dead, now you go back and now that we've watched the movie, those panels mean so much more even if you go back and watch them now, and so, and I tell you what, a testament to them. They even took a step back a little bit this year. They let other people, they picked other people to host different things, and man, just a great job. And so I was blessed to be a part of it, and I had a blast. And so I'm thankful for my shirt, and I also got this with a little note, from Cole, one of the Nerd Queens herself. And it says, Enosh, thank you for being a part of Justice Con, Cole. And she said Tiffany one too. And Tiffany's, said, love you guys and all that stuff. But check it out. I got my my official host thing, just like it's a real, convention, man. It was awesome.
And maybe one day it'll grow to where it can be like a physical convention too.
I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what.
No, it's happening, man.
It's awesome, and I just want them to know. I want Meg to know. I want Cole to know, and Nana to know that, you know what, there are people out there who appreciate what you have done. There are people out there who have loved what you have done, and you guys pulled it off, and this is fantastic. Thank you for this. But then I want to show you guys something else that Cole sent Tiffany and I special. And for those of you who don't know, Cole customizes pop figures, you know, the Funko Pop figures, right? And so let me show you. A lot of you know that Tiffany goes by the moniker Grand Tiff Tarkin. Cole made this.
Oh, no way.
That is amazing.
Dude, that's awesome.
Check that out.
Okay,
Wow.
That's amazing.
I want one now. Like,
it's the Grand Tiff Tarkin. But I've showed you guys like my Black Series figures that I made of Tiff. And so now she's got her very own pop.
dude, that's chill as hell,
That's
man.
great.
And check it out. She's
Oh,
right there
nice.
next to her. Look at that. I got like a lightsaber shirt on and everything. It's like so me, like in a hoodie, me and Tiff.
Dude, that's great.
Heck
That's
yeah.
fantastic.
Heck yeah. It's the two of us together. Thank you. Thank you, Cole. This is awesome. We're going to cherish these for a long time. These will be prominent fixtures in our house. And so I am,
The quality is amazing too. Like it really looks like
oh,
real
yeah.
Funko Pops.
Such great work. Such
look,
great work.
I've seen a lot of people customize pops, but I got to tell you, this is absolutely, this is fantastic.
That's
Like
legendary,
I've seen people customize pops, like all kinds of pops, and they don't look like this. And so yep. So this little couple right here will be hanging out together. And thank you so much love to you, Cole, and to the Nerd Queens, and to Wonder Meg, and very, very grateful for that. But I got more stuff to show you. So I told you guys the other day, Alejandro heard my cry for help with getting my G.I. Joe classified figures. Alejandro came in, brother. There's that Major Blood. You literally go from talking about Major Blood and the fact that I couldn't find him, and he was like impossible to find. And I mean, look at that, dude.
Dude, that's epic.
Awesome.
Like
Epic.
I got my where is it? Here, where is he? My original Major Blood action figure.
You suck. I didn't see you playing with your dolls again, sir.
Exactly. It's Dark Helmet playtime. So there's my original Major Blood action figure from the 80s and stuff. And then there is there is that. So check that out.
Technology and artwork has come a very long way in the last 30 some odd years.
Heck yeah,
Oh my
man.
God,
It's
dude.
good stuff. Good stuff. And I love the attention to detail. I mean, like you look at his gun, and like his gun there comes with like you know, the arrows and stuff and dots and everything. And so it's very, very cool stuff. Oh dear Lord. Oh dear Lord. What is this? What is this? Curse Enosh. What in the world?
Come for the little one.
Oh dear Lord.
I
love
come
it.
for the little one. Which is it?
Thank you, Alejandro, for this. This was amazing. Thank you for being fair and honest, and giving me a great deal on this. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh. And then we got a full frontal there of Saggy.
I learned things. I learned new things.
Apparently you did.
Yeah.
Apparently you learned something about how to make a full frontal picture there, huh?
I
That's
did.
awesome.
Magical. I learned.
That's awesome. I don't
That's
do
cool.
that.
You're gonna have to teach us your sorcerer's ways. So there's that, but guess what? That's not it. That's not it. I still have a couple more things to show you. So
Toys.
So check this out. I showed these over on Dawson's channel the other day, but check these out. I got all these Mandalorian figures in.
Oh, that's
nice.
awesome.
Yeah,
It
check
comes
this
with
out.
the little egg thing. That's cool.
So
man.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like it hovers. And of course the Mandalorian. And I'll show you guys this. I thought this was really cool because you guys know my friend Bruce over at Jenner Custom Toys that you can find on eBay and also here on YouTube, Jenner Custom Toys. Check it out. Well, he's the one who made this for me. I grabbed the wrong figure. I grabbed the wrong figure. So he makes these, figures, and he makes them so that their arms don't move. He can make them so that their arms move and everything, but he does that so that people don't think this is how much this guy, Bruce, is such a good guy. Like, he doesn't want, he had somebody when he first started making figures that like were trying to sell off his like stuff that he did ones of like rare figures on. People were trying to sell them on eBay as the actual old figures and like rip people off. So he stopped making them where they're like, he specifically makes imperfections in his so that people can't do it. But so here is the Mandalorian that he sent me, and then here's the one that they did of the retro.
Dude,
man. Yeah, so he did a pretty good job, I think.
Damn right.
Oh, yeah, really good job on that. Yeah, did a really good job on that. So there's that one, and then
one?
yeah, you have to ask Bruce. But then there's Moff Gideon.
Oh, dude, yeah. Does it come with the dark saber?
Yeah, I love it. It's the old school lightsaber, like they got in Return of the Jedi, but it's just gray.
Yeah, it's like
look at that. yeah. I just think that's kind of cool. And then of course there's Grief Karga.
I want that one too.
Yeah, and then there's IG-11.
Should have never fought Apollo.
Yeah.
IG-11, and then there's Quill.
Oh, cool.
I love that.
That's so adorable.
Little Nick Nolte.
Exactly. And and then of course, don't forget. Oh my gosh, you mean they still make Cara Dune figures?
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
You got that scandalous action figure right there.
Those are rare. Those are worth thousands.
There's so much controversy. I can't be on a stream with this. This is just too hot.
I'm gonna have to dip
too
out.
hot, guys.
Yeah, I'm canceling myself.
Too hot.
So there's that, folks. So there's
dude, that's awesome, man.
Much of my toys that I got this week, and then I just want to make sure that you all remember that this little guy right here, this Superman right here, will be up for grabs. Somebody's going to be getting this here at the end of the week, so look for this. Also, I want to tell you, I already have the next giveaway, and it's something very dear to my heart. It's the Man of Steel mini series by John Byrne from 1986 that I keep talking about. That revamped the character and stuff that I keep talking about on streams. I got the whole series for you guys, and we're gonna do that as a giveaway. But yeah, so this is this week's giveaway. Anybody who is a member or a patron or gives a super chat at any point during this week, guess what? And from last week, it actually carries on from last week, from like Tuesday of last week. But anybody who's given a super chat, you are in the running for this DC Multiverse action figure right here. This
can I have it? Can I have?
You're in the running. You're in the running, Saggy.
It's Stalin's Superman.
I'm gonna steal it. I'm gonna go to Enosh's house and just take it. Sorry, y'all. It's not up for grabs. I'm gonna grab it.
William might beat you.
I have to watch that movie again. That was actually a pretty good movie.
It was a good movie. Speaking of good stuff, have you guys been checking out, like the last 2 Sundays, me and Dawson have been doing this thing over on Nerdy in Many Ways, the Sunday podcast?
Yes, I did. Yes,
unfortunately, I have to work on Sundays, so I catch bits and pieces of it whilst live.
Yeah, I work on Sundays. That's why I never get to catch it, which sucks.
Well, it's been worth it. It's been a really good thing. We've got a bunch of plans for this thing going forward, and we did a little thing that I'll show you guys here that we put together. We got some ideas for skits and different things that we're going to do, like man on the street stuff, and like
I saw that. I was like,
wondering, Saggy grabbed the Gene Hackman doll when you're there.
Got you, girl. I got you. What else? Listen, you guys can send me a list of things you want me to take. I'm going there.
The USS flag.
Don't think that I haven't thought about it. That like I got to keep my eyes out, because when your wife is hanging out with Wonder Meg, and they're doing stuff like anything could happen. And plots could be put together, to get at you, stuff. I was half expecting, that I might go out back into my living room, because I didn't know, because Meg wasn't able to come over on Sunday. By the way, Meg, I made my kids clean the house for you. So
that's why you have them. That's what you have them for.
No, I know. But it was so funny, because I kept telling them all Sunday afternoon. I'm like, hey, you know what? Wonder Meg might be coming over. You guys better get in there. You better get those dishes done right now. You guys better get in there. You better sweep this floor right now. All these little cobwebs from the dogs and stuff like that. We have a lady coming over, and I will not have the house looking this way. You guys are going to get this up, go vacuum the living room and all that stuff. And then I loved it because she couldn't come over. And so I love it.
So that's what you
kid's face is like, you made me do all of this for just you. Yep. Deal with it.
A good house cleaning. You just mentioned Wonder Meg's coming over, and
listen, I literally looked at my mom and was like, Mom, why can't we just get a dishwasher? And she looked at me. She's like, we already have a dishwasher.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, ha ha ha.
Yeah, it was the dishwasher, the vacuum cleaner,
God, I hated vacuuming the floor.
Oh man, and then like washing the car. It's like
well, Meg. In all fairness, I mean, I think that there's plenty of young men that if they knew Wonder Meg was coming over to their house, that they might clean a dish or two themselves. But yeah, no, I thought it was hilarious.
It's a motivator.
Yeah, it's a motivator. When Wonder Meg's coming over to your house, you might want to clean it up a little bit. I even cleaned my room up here a little bit. I didn't know if they were going to come and say hi.
When Wonder Meg comes over. When Wonder Meg comes over, you don't just clean the house. You clean your body and everything. Yeah, everything's clean. Spick and span, clean. Like everything.
Top to bottom.
Hair gel, suit, everything.
You go outside. You still go outside and sweep the concrete outside your driveway. Everything. Yes.
Okay, I don't know about that.
Oh, shut up, Eddie. If Wonder Meg was coming over, you'd be out there sweeping it like yesterday.
Eddie would make a Wonder Meg T-shirt and wear it upon her arrival.
I probably would.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's
no
true.
hypothetical though.
But yeah, I was half expecting Gene to be like missing. Gene Hackman to be missing, at some point. But he was still here, and so
for now.
You gotta buy safe.
For now. You know what I love? I love that, like, just me being in possession of this Gene Hackman figure gives me and Wonder Meg like this constant joke between us. Right. Like, no matter what is going on.
It's just going to end one day with a little post-it note sitting there saying, I'm sorry, Enosh, I moved to Otisburg.
That's great.
It's like funny because he thinks it's a joke. It's not a joke.
No,
we're coming for him. We're coming for him.
It's not a joke.
I'm just saying, you think Enosh has all those toys and is like the most elaborate security system in the entire world to protect.
It's like green lasers. He's got a security grid.
He has Harley Quinn. He doesn't need security. He has
that looks like a door behind it, but it's really a vault, like a safe vault.
Zero. Yeah. I turn off the lights and it just.
It's like Army of the Dead. If he screws up on the lock once, he'll never be able to open it again.
No, it's like Resident Evil. There's like lasers that come in, just take you out. They're precious.
I have been busy these last couple of days. I might have to go.
Gotta be careful.
He's just gonna put in like a glass case, just like with a giant spotlight shining on it,
with the Lex Luthor theme song or the Otis theme song. It just spins.
Mr. Luthor, if you try to touch Meg, if you reach in the cabinet and try to touch the action figure, the box, all of a sudden you hear Mr. Luthor, Mr. Luthor, Mr. Luthor, Mr. Luthor.
Luthor alarm.
Ah, good old Ned Beatty. Come on.
I feel like he would set it up so it's just rigged if Wonder Meg comes over. Everybody else can touch it, but she comes in and it just goes off.
Yep, exactly. Because we specifically know that she's the one who would come and take it. Which, of course, my wife will probably be an accomplice one day.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you'll never know when a trade will get made, and it's not yours anymore. And
exactly.
Like, okay.
I want this to be a thing. I want this to happen now. Like, I really want this to be a real thing where it's like
broker a deal, like Ocean's 11. This bitch out there.
It's gonna be a whole heist.
Oh man! But so that being said, Dawson and I started doing this show on Sundays, and I got to say we got some great plans for it. But this is one of the things that we did, and so I invite you to watch this and enjoy this.
Hello, this is Enosh.
I want you to listen very carefully, Mr. Enosh V.
Or should I say, Enosh Fett.
I'm sorry, who is this?
All you need to know is we have 5 snipers aiming through each possible window or opening of your house, ready to shoot at my command.
Wait, is this some kind of prank? I mean, how do I know you're not just pulling my leg?
Your wife is pulling into your driveway, your son Isaac is at work, and your other 2 sons are playing video games in their rooms, with a sniper aimed at each of them. Satisfied?
Okay. I believe you. What do you want?
All we require is that you cease discussing Warner Brothers in any of your future live streams. And should you refuse, well, we don't have snipers trained on your family for no reason.
Wait. Toby Emmerich? Is that you?
No.
Oh, man. Toby, this is so you. Do you realize what a slime ball you are? And how not subtle you are?
Hey, I am plenty Dang it, Walter, he got me.
Oh, dang it.
Okay, look. This is the most pathetic thing that I think you've done yet.
Shut up.
No, I mean, look, all of those stupid articles and hit pieces that you guys directed towards Zack Snyder and Ray Fisher, but this takes the cake.
I said shut up. Now, here's your last chance, Enosh. If you refuse to stop talking about Warner Brothers and how we handled the Justice League reshoots or about Ray Fisher, I swear to you, I will make a fake announcement that Warner Brothers is making a biopic about you.
Well, I mean, if I'm being honest, that sounds pretty cool.
A biopic starring Josh Gad.
You sick son of a...
Oh, that's great.
Damn, bro.
I like Suck it, Warner Brothers. Suck it.
Yeah, suck it, Warner Brothers.
That's very suspenseful.
That's pretty funny.
So we got that we just put that together last minute, but yes, we got more coming at you. And hey, join in the stream a couple of guys. First of all, Jarbo's down there. What's up, Matt?
Oh, snap.
Here.
What's up, dude?
Glad to have you here, buddy.
Yeah, it's hot. I'm very hot.
Aw, don't you have an AC or fan going?
No, I don't. I live in the woods in Washington.
Try a cold washcloth. Saturday Night Live says that cools you down, especially your ball region.
Open a window, Matt.
Yeah, I don't know.
Then hey, also joining us here all the way from the land down under, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Zentek. What's up, Zentek? Good to see you,
fellas. Opposite, it's really cold over here. We're jumping into winter at the moment, and we're in the middle of another lockdown. This is our 4th lockdown.
Wait, holy crap!
Wow.
We're just getting lenient over here. Holy moly!
Man. People are getting like back.
It's really shit.
Oh no!
What's going on, fellas?
By the way, Zentek, it's been a while since I've seen you, man. But you're looking good. Look at you, man. You got this whole color scheme going. Look at you, man. You got like look at this guy. This guy's like gorgeous, man. This guy's like what am I doing here, man? Like this. Look at this guy. Comes in like with the pink and he's got like a jacket on.
You know what? That's not pink. That's actually red. It's because of my my bad camera.
Well, you look like you just got off stage. Like seriously.
No, I was gonna say it looks like he just got done doing the Broadway version of Scarface, like he's Tony Montana.
I was gonna say like a manager for a boy band, but yeah,
they're doing a remake and they're diversifying the cast members.
There you go. There you go.
You kind of look like a discount Taika Waititi.
Discount.
Discount. He looks better than Taika, whatever.
Taika Waititi is a discount me.
He looks better than that guy.
Listen, don't blame Jarbo. He's overheating right now, so his brain's a little hot right now. So
It's very warm in Washington.
True
My
that.
God.
H Barts with $2 super chat says Matt.
Don't worry, buddy. I'll be live in a little bit. Hold on to your wallet. All right.
Nah, spend it all here. Then go over to Matt's for some free stuff.
Yeah, get your bank already upset at you over here at the lounge before you go over to Jarbo's.
So dumb. Music man's like Zentek be pimping, dude. Straight pimping. Heck
But is
yeah.
the pimp hand strong? That's what we all want to know.
What was that?
Is the pimp hand strong is what Saggy wanted to know.
Bit rather forward.
I mean, like, yeah, that's like, what?
I think that's the midnight
Yeah, we're all
stream.
like,
We talk about that stuff, right? On Jarbo's.
Yeah, on my stream, we'll talk about that kind of stuff. Yeah, Saggy's all like,
I
no.
know, Matt.
She's like, no,
Jarbo is
tell
not.
tell me about the hand you touch your pee-pee with.
I didn't see. I didn't go that far.
Damn.
See, Matt Jarbo.
No, I'm reading between the lines here, Saggy. You are a dirty pervert. You are a dirty pervert.
Well, you don't gotta tell everybody. God, geez.
It's we don't have to tell anyone. You just like
Why are you
talk,
exposing me,
and
bro?
it's pretty.
Yeah, don't expose her like that.
Why
Don't
expose
expose
me,
her.
bro?
Find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
I was gonna say she does a good job doing that herself, so you know.
It's also true. It's also very true. But still, thank you, Matt Jarbo.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow. Well, you know, at the end of the day,
Like it's a massive thing, and
Yeah.
so I want to see his thing.
To be fair, Enosh,
Yes.
everybody wants to see my thing. So there's that.
well, I wasn't really talking about you. I mean, this guy's the good looking one on the panel. So, I mean,
That's
if we
true.
got to look at anybody's, you know,
You're just all like, yeah, Zentech, whip it out, buddy. Let me see it. Let me see what it's like down under. Does it corkscrew counterclockwise? How are we doing this thing here? Like when you helicopter it, which way do you go?
I don't want to hear this at all.
well, folks, it ain't gonna get any better than that. So, good night.
Because where do you go from there, man?
Right, exactly.
You go over to my channel in about 40 minutes, and then
H
it's like
Barnes with a $2 super chat.
Nearly
Hey.
midnight stream.
The nearly midnight stream.
nearly
The-
midnight movie chat. Nearly midnight. movie
The
chat.
hi, I'm Matt Jarbo, and I'm hot and sweaty.
Yeah, God, I am so sweaty right now. It's like not even funny.
It's a good place to lurk, man. It's fun. You just
It's-
hang
I-
out.
I
H. Barnes
say
is all,
I say
Matt
the
is a man
darndest
of
thing.
culture. Matt is a man of
Yes,
culture.
culture and taste. That's what it boils down to.
Well, on the
Culture
plus
and
side,
taste.
You're losing weight right now by sweating, so
Yeah. I'm also on like more metformin for my diabetes, so it's great because it just you end up losing weight on that too. So I'm like, yeah.
You're like in a spitz. You're just like, all right.
I'm like fasting in like medicine, like screw exercise, just go the pill route.
That's right.
But not
The
a
wonders
ephedrine.
of modern science.
Not
yeah.
ephedrine. Yeah, you don't want to do anything
No,
too harmful
no,
to your body like meth.
No.
Saggy, you know.
excuse me. It's called crack. First of all. I don't
Oh,
think-
sorry.
It's
I
crack.
it's crack. Okay.
Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
I don't
You know-
like how Matt Jarbo is just outing me all today. Like, what is happening?
I go
He's
dig
just
up my
outing me.
old Dare essay and read to you guys.
That whole drop right there would be like really bad if it was basically like if it was preceded by the scene of American Pie when the dad walks in on Jim with the pie.
Oh boy.
Where did you learn to do that? I learned it by watching you, Dad, and that Eclair from 1987. You
scene-
filled it with cream,
God,
and
that movie
Mom
would have
ate it.
so
That
many different
scene-
levels.
That scene triggered me because that was such a waste of good pie. Such a waste.
It
of
was
good pie.
yeah.
I
That's
could've ate
I
that.
mean,
He was experimenting.
I could have ate that pie. It was amazing.
it was that looked like it was a mixed berry pie, right? Like
thought
just
it
go
was apple
lemon
pie.
meringue.
I
Just
thought
go
it was
lemon
It's definitely
meringue.
mixed, all right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, no, I thought it was apple pie.
Oh,
It wasn't
Add-
the first thing he asked
yeah,
was like
yeah, it was
McDonald's
apple
or
pie.
homemade.
Yeah, no, he asked if it. I think he did say it was an apple pie. And I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
apple pie. It was
You
good
know what
to
it feels like? A warm apple pie. I was a teenager when that came. I was in high school when that movie came out, and between my junior year and my senior year, and yeah, oh my god, that was just like a lot of like it's like a
Yes.
warm apple pie, man.
Yeah, that was high
all
school.
Are we going to be
over.
talking about this?
I
And it
mean,
happened in the great
all
state
over.
of Michigan.
is that like what guys really do though? They bang pies? I don't know.
No. I mean,
That's a
realistically,
secret.
like
I
realistically, it's
usually
like
tend to eat
watermelon.
them, you know.
Watermelon's a big one. No, watermelon's a real one.
gosh.
You heat a watermelon. I don't know the exact recipe for it. I've never done it myself. But apparently, it's a good way to. It works, I guess. You heat it up in the oven.
Oh boy!
Why?
Hey, don't we have some topics?
No.
Oh, Enoch is like, so you set the oven to 350. You let it sit for 10 minutes. You take it out. You let it cool for a solid 2. Still warm on. Oh man, that sounds like me when I fell and hurt my back.
I have some experience with
knocked out of you. You're just like.
Oh no, yeah, no. I kind of wish somebody would have been recording, because I don't even. It sounded like a pterodactyl that got violated by a T-Rex. Like that's what it sounded like when I fell and hurt my back.
Oh man,
it was this weird. Yeah, like you know. It's like, is that person in trouble or are they having an orgasm? I can't tell. It's a pandemic.
Dude, very viral. Very viral.
I really want my deposit back on those stairs. I paid them and they didn't finish the jobs.
Yeah, well, it takes a lot to take me out, Saggy.
Clearly, I mean, the stairs I thought would do it, but...
Well, really, it was the light bulb. It wasn't so much the stairs. The light bulb being out was what lured me to that location.
Oh, that's how they got you.
That's how they got me.
Dang, I thought, well, they gotta try a better tactic. The light bulb. Oh my god.
It's always the light bulb.
Imagine Jarbo almost
cheating, man.
Imagine almost getting taken out by a light bulb.
H-Bart's over here with a $2 super chat with Fruit Hub.
No.
Fruit Hub.
Boy.
No.
Oh my.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm gonna Google that.
Oh my.
Fruithub.com is currently available on GoDaddy.
Oh, nice. So now.
So if you want to create the world's first dating site, it's like Tinder, but for pie. Fruithub.com.
Oh my god, here you said that.
I mean, would you like include cheesecake and like with
Sure.
the cream pies?
Yeah, diversity matters.
Because I love cheesecake. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you could
cheesecake.
literally put almost anything in a cheesecake. You know what I mean? It's like it's really the graham cracker crust is what you're in for. You know, it's a little bit of salty and sweet if you think about it.
Oh no, this is very true. With a little tang,
Yeah. I mean, it might taste. It might remind you of like when you went to the beach, or if you had a kiwi earlier, it might.
So how about this crappy logo, guys?
So hey guys, we waited a whole week and a half to see what kind of great name they were going to come up with for this brand new endeavor that is going to just change everything. And I kind of felt like when I worked for Kinko's and FedEx bought us, and they didn't take 2 years to come up with this. When I worked for Kinko's, they literally took 2 years telling us we're trying to find just the right name to put on this thing. And then all of a sudden it was, hey, we're going to call it FedEx Kinko's.
Fedinkos, man.
And everybody was like, what the heck? It took you 2 years to come up with that. And then they changed it to FedEx Office, which confused everybody even more. But so this is what we got, folks.
This is just
Warner Brothers Discovery, the stuff that dreams.
Matt Jarbo made a better logo in like 5 minutes on clip
Yeah,
art.
this is kind of underwhelming.
We'll see it soon enough.
See it? I want to see it.
Yeah,
We'll see
hold
if it
on here.
becomes a nightmare soon enough.
Wait, guys, listen. You have to be patient with them. They have more coming. They have so much stuff, guys.
Dreams are made
You guys have no idea how much stuff they have coming. It's going to be so much.
The lady said so. She said it was more coming. You guys gotta be patient.
Okay,
Okay,
guys, this needs to be revealed with the 80s, early 90s like fanfare for home video, where it was like,
yeah, that's a way better logo.
That's a better logo.
I made that with an app called Canva on my phone.
I use that to make my thumbnails for my
videos. And I just downloaded both the things and like I just put it in there.
Yeah.
And it's not. It looks fun, like just a lot better. And
somebody
yet,
sign this guy up, man.
with my amazing,
Why didn't they just,
with my amazing
they should've
Photoshop
just called it
skills.
Discovery Bros. Discovery Bros would have been.
They should have just called it Warner Brothers Plus.
Warner.
All right,
Discovery.
and it's Warner Brothers.
Or just call it
Everything's a plus.
Discovery-
Well,
or just
I
call it
mean, if
Discovery Media.
Well, what it should have been is Warner Media Discovery, which acronym would have then been WMD, and that would have been awesome.
Yes, it would have.
That would have been awesome. Like, hey, bro, what you doing tonight, man? WMD, baby.
WMD and chill, guys.
WMD and chill. I mean, what, you're gonna like nuke the Middle East? No, man, I'm gonna watch the Mayor of Easttown.
Yeah, Warner Discovery sounds better.
Yeah, they could have called it Warner Discovery, or they could have
That's what I
called
thought
it.
they would do.
Or just how about Warner Brothers, because that's the more like recognizable name.
I would say, yeah, just stick with
I would
Warner Brothers,
argue at this point, Zaslav does not know what the FE is doing. I mean, I'm not giving.
It's just long.
Wait, hold
Warner
on.
Discovery.
So, do you guys like their new company tagline though? The stuff that dreams are made of.
Sounds like the first part of a really bad song.
Yeah, it sounds like a roofie.
The stuff that dreams are made of.
To me, it sounds like you're trying to convince me that you got something, and I'll be honest with you, like seeing all this in the thing that came out with this, talking about how we're combining. You know, I love how they talked about Warner Brothers, because they didn't really say that Warner Brothers was great at anything right now. They just talked about its storied past, and then they talked about the great storytelling over at Discovery. Oh, the great storytelling of like all these like reality shows, like. What?
Listen, they put more effort into their storytelling than they do at the movie studio, okay?
It needs like
from the people who brought you Dr. Pimple Popper comes Justice League 2.
Does anybody remember those classic like Bud Light commercials where there was this like, today we salute you?
Yes.
You know? Okay.
We
today
salute you, average American worker.
Yeah, it's like Warner Brothers Discovery.
Genius. Mr. Warner Brothers title maker.
No, was it SNL that made fun of that all the time?
I think so.
I think it was SNL that was making fun of that because it's just entirely ridiculous nonsense.
They were the best commercials. Though.
I'll just say
made me laugh on the radio.
Yeah, I'll just say with this logo and tagline, this new company is not off to a good start.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, did you expect different?
Nope.
No, it's like it's you know, they're just like the stuff that dreams are made of. ... Unless you're Ray Fisher.
Yeah. Unless you actually have dreams. Oh, shit.
I believe Jarbo.
This logo. Who cares?
I believe Jarbo is poking the bear right now.
No, I'm not poking the bear. I'm not poking the bear. I mean, if you think about it for a second, it's being more of a realistic statement because they don't want to, you know, because of how they've acted. But no, I just look. The thing is, Warner's is going through an identity crisis. I don't know what's happening with them. It's just like I feel like they're just trying too hard. And this is, but actually, I had a point earlier. I was talking to Mikey Sutton about this. I think they're trying to recapture the attention of the boomers. They're not, because HBO Max was like younger audience. You know, it was like HBO Max.
Why do they have the boomers though?
The boomers are the ones that have HBO.
Exactly.
The boomers are the
antidepressant feel to it. Like, hey, boomers, you remember Zoloft? This is for you.
Remember Zoloft? Like what?
Do you need Viagra in order to perform in the bedroom?
Yeah,
you might be old enough to have an HBO subscription on your cable provider.
That's right.
How about Warner Brothers Discovery? We have informative murder porn. One pill, and you can make.
You know what though? That kind of makes sense because when they were talking about Zaslav coming in, they said that he's very much old Hollywood. He wants to go back to an old Hollywood system, the studio system mixed with the streaming. So you know that does make a lot of sense.
That's all. I mean, like, yeah, you want to go back to an old system, like when Keelar made that hard call to try something new, and it did have a solid impact.
Yeah.
Initially, but HBO Max admitted that they've only pulled in 11 million new subs.
Yeah, apparently it's been a giant disaster for them. They're going to lose millions of dollars on this day and date thing. So,
well, I mean, you know what though? But the thing is, Warner's has been talking about this since 2013, even before 2013. One of the first films that they were going to do this with was Hangover Part 3. They were going to literally talk about doing day and date release for Hangover Part 3. And they didn't do it, but they've been talking about this since forever. Keelar just pulled the trigger on it, and I give him credit for it because I think it's something that was different and it could have worked. But the problem, though, is the same problem I have with Netflix stuff. Netflix doesn't ever actually go out and promote the content, and they need to because there's so much that just.
But it costs a lot of money to market stuff, though.
Yeah, that's.
If you market it smartly and you use influencers, you could do pretty well. You know, like you could do pretty well. It doesn't cost that much. Look, you go out and you pay like a couple, you know, like Emergency Awesome you know, like $3,000 to do a sponsored video. That's nothing for a marketing budget, and you're going to get access to millions of people potentially, right? Like, you know, that's the whole thing. It's easy to purchase influencers to talk to their audience, especially smaller influencers who are looking to make some money. And they have a very dedicated, it's been proven that smaller channels can actually have a greater impact on sales because they have a more intimate connection with their audience. And it's not just like one person to hundreds of thousands or something.
Sure.
And you could easily come out and push that and make it work. I mean, Army of the Dead had the Snyder fandom behind it. You know, would it have done 72 million households? Maybe. But that push from Zach and Netflix and everything, that really helped out.
It had the grassroots effort behind it.
I wouldn't have watched it if it wasn't a Zack Snyder film, because I don't like zombie films in general.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I wouldn't have watched it if it hadn't been for Zach. So
You're both dead to me.
I'm not a zombie person. I just know, like, realistically, I'd be the first one to go. So that's why I'm not a zombie guy.
Well, it's not. Look, the thing you need to look at. Okay, the reframing of the argument on zombie movies, and even to an extent, Army of the Dead. I'm still trying to like wade through it all, but a lot of it is satire based in commentary on our society. You know, going back to like Night of the Living Dead with Romero back in '68, casting a black man as the lead. That was almost unheard of back then. And then that was a watershed moment, groundbreaking moment. Go into Dawn of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead was a
commercialism,
all about commercialism. Yeah. You know, and that's kind of how he told these stories, and how you look at zombies is really kind of cool.
Well,
like that.
We'll look at Shaun of the Dead. Even Shaun of the Dead had that tongue-in-cheek commentary. You know, Shaun doesn't notice that they're zombies because they're just acting like they normally do in their day-to-day lives.
Yeah. And that was actually even funny because the next year was Land of the Dead, 2005, and that movie actually had very similar zombies in it because the zombies were kind of responding to muscle memory.
Hey,
you know,
Scotty, I hate to cut you off there, buddy, but we covered this at the beginning of the show. Like, as soon as we brought him in, he's a good looking guy. We know, like he's about ready to pop off like a bottle of champagne right now and just like celebrate and like at the after show, you know.
Get ready to get cast on the Saturday Night Fever.
Like, are you just? Yeah. Do you have a webcam show after this or something, dude? Like, like I know you're in a lockdown, but is it like
man?
Is it club
I
night?
You subscribed to my OnlyFans.
I did, but I'm not happy with what I want because I was going to gift it to Saggy, but then again, she's not really worth it. So I'm going to get.
Speaking of club night. Speaking of pub night, don't you think the best to appeal to a younger audience, the best name for Warner Discovery would have been just Warner Disco?
Warner Disco.
Warner Disco.
Yes.
By the way, I'm not sure.
Disco Warner.
Disco sucks. Oh.
I'm no longer sharing my cocaine with Matt Jarbo anymore after that last
Thank you.
comment. Yeah. No, you're done. You're cut off.
It was a bad batch anyway.
Whatever.
Are you Narcos, Saggy?
Maybe.
Where is it? Where is the cocaine?
On the next season of Narcos.
What is it? This one is Narcos 7-Eleven.
Yeah, right. Previously on X-Men.
Yeah, previously on Narcos 7-Eleven. Like, hey,
okay.
you gonna take that back out? Yeah, I effed up the joke.
But hey, I think we found somebody though who may even give Zentek a run for his money on the sexiest man on this panel. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, William.
Oh boy,
William's returned.
I don't know what I'm walking into. All I did is click on the link.
We've just been talking. Well, just to bring it up to
just
speed.
had my ego boosted.
Yeah, just to bring it up to speed. We've all agreed that Zentek is like the.
Oh, that's a real guy.
Yeah, that's like darn. He's like,
I'm sorry.
You thought it was his avatar. That's how good looking this guy is. Is somebody like William thought it was his avatar?
Are those lights or is that a filter? That's neat. That's kind of cool.
It's actually a I don't know, some laser light thing that I bought.
Do you have like a heart-shaped bed or something, or what's
It's William. What you're actually seeing is UV light and spatter patterns on the wall.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, that I did not need.
There you go. Yeah.
Well,
It's
none
just-
of us did. None of us did really,
Hey,
but
don't
you
let
know,
me turn on the cam. I might shock everyone.
That's why we keep Matt Jarbo around. H Parts with a $5 super chat says the Matt Jarbo movie starring Dwayne the Rock Johnson as Matt Jarbo. Look, you know
I
what?
would be okay with
Look,
that.
I love going to a movie to suspend disbelief.
But Jarbo would play the plunger in his own movie.
Jarbo's the plunger. Now that's a movie I'd watch. The Rock as Matt Jarbo and Matt Jarbo as the plunger getting broken by the Rock.
I don't know. I don't know. I think Seth Rogen could play a good Matt Jarbo.
Seth
I don't know.
Rogen.
Yeah.
Hey, look at there. Wonder Meg saying hi to William. Check it out.
I Wonder Meg.
Heck yeah.
I just got out of A Quiet Place Part 2. So
was it good? Was it good?
I thought it was great. I actually thought it was one of the handful of sequels that actually surpasses the first one. It was very intense. It was not predictable at all, in my opinion, even though I thought I was going to be able to predict it, but not at all. It was a very good movie. Like I said, it was a good not a classic monster movie because there are some twists, but it was very entertaining.
I can't wait to see it. You know what I finally did finish up was Invincible.
Finally.
Oh, yay. Finally.
Yeah,
Did you feel like eating Subway afterward?
That's a messed up joke.
Oh my god! My mouth hit the floor. Like that was
Yeah.
oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, what'd you think? You know, should you enjoy it or
I did. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Like I really, you know, I mean, everybody kept like hyping it up that, you know, there was like this major thing that happens at the end. And I mean, I guess.
I read the comic like 17 years ago, so it wasn't really.
Oh, wow. It's been out that long.
Wow.
Yeah, it came out like 2002, 2003.
It came out in 03. That's why when I saw it, I rather enjoyed it, but I wasn't. When everybody was telling me how intense it was, none of those people had read the comic. And I read the comic, like I saw it was on my shelf literally 17 years ago. So I'm watching it. It's like, okay, I thought I got a better feeling of watching The Boys than I did of Invincible. I thought The Boys was better, but that's subjective. I mean, depending on where you're coming from. I mean,
by the way, Bruce, I already did a commercial for you tonight, buddy. I was showing everybody, because you made this Mandalorian for me, and I just got my Mandalorian figures in. So I was showing everybody. So and everybody likes your stuff, dude. So there you go. I liked Invincible. I thought it was fun. I liked the ride. I liked where it took us and stuff. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, I'm realizing something, and that is like Zack Snyder is absolutely right when he says like once you lose your innocence on Batman v Superman, like I don't want to go back to a world where like all my heroes are like portrayed as these like kitty, puffballs, like I want to see characters dealing with real life issues. And
Chris Claremont and Frank Miller saved me from ever falling into that kind of trap, because just with the comics that they wrote when I was first starting collecting, they always put their characters and their villains in areas where you just couldn't have black or white. Like Magneto, you could sympathize with Magneto from the get-go.
Yeah, I was mentioning Chris Claremont to Enosh. Like, he's one of the greatest writers probably ever in terms of comics, in terms of what he did just for the whole industry, in my opinion.
Yeah, he really kept it going in the 80s. And like I said, Frank Miller did it for both companies. He was right. He was doing things in Daredevil that people were not really connecting with until Dark Knight. I remember a lot of people going back and getting his run in Daredevil after they read Dark Knight, and Dark Knight made the news, and people would carry it in the stores and that whole controversy. But yeah, it was those two writers. So like I said, and like I said, Invincible, it's good, but I just have grown up with comics that were edgy as that showed me. I mean, when you're growing up with the Mutant Massacre, there's really not much, that you can really put your heroes through that'll surprise you, or your villains for that matter.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a place for both. I think there's a place for that edgier, more grown-up stuff. I think there's a place for like more simplistic views.
Yeah, they're definitely. I mean, obviously, you got to have something that's there for kids as well, and for for people, I guess, who don't want that. It's just that, like, I'm noticing. I realized that kind of about myself this week, kind of like exactly what Zach was saying. It's like, once you get a taste of this, you realize like this is possible, that I can like have a serious take of my favorite heroes and literally get to see them deal with things in a manner that is taken seriously. It makes me not want to go back to anything else,
The biggest river that Zack Snyder crosses though is when you do it with characters like Invincible, and characters that are not mainstays, you can kind of get away with it. But when you start doing with the mainline characters, people start getting their diapers all rashed up and everything.
But I think a movie like Batman v Superman though definitely paved the way for some of this stuff that we're seeing nowadays. H Bars with a $2 super chat says, "Sent you a pic on Twitter. What do you think?" This is the pic that he sent.
That is amazing.
I love it.
Dwayne Johnson in Squidward.
Why is it rated R though?
Because it's got Dwayne Johnson in it.
Because he doesn't give up. No.
Because he's gonna shove that clarinet where the sun don't shine. Okay?
Oh boy.
Sideways.
So thank you for that, H Barts. See, I was wondering at first if it was supposed to be Matt Jarbo, but then I realized it was Squidward. So I don't know.
Eyes on blowing.
I'm just saying that could work. R-rated Squidward movie.
I like it.
Oh, and hey, Neon Sci-Fi, no, I'm not saying I want to dictate how the story's told, because I'm saying I'm open to other things being there for other people. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, like I am really appreciating this idea of these figures.
I think it's since you say
in
you're starting to develop a preference, and there's something wrong.
Yeah.
with preferences.
So you want to see like serious storylines, right?
Yeah. That's
So
all I'm
you
saying.
want to see like Superman grapple with erectile dysfunction.
No,
or like they find a polyp or something on Lois, and it's like, oh my god, she's got breast cancer, and he couldn't see it coming. It's like,
Man of Steel. I mean,
you know what? I mean that topic actually, that would be fascinating to see how, like if what I mean, like depending upon what show it was or whatever, what I mean, like that could actually be an interesting topic of discussion, something that people wouldn't necessarily think that they would have to deal with, because he's a superhero, they're this power couple, and then all of a sudden you throw in something like that in the mix, something that real life people go through every day.
Yeah, I mean, imagine a Man of Steel who can save everybody, a literal god, but he can't stop breast cancer.
Exactly.
Oscar-winning material right there.
I mean, that kind of went to
Oscar
Jonathan
gold.
Kent in the original movie.
He couldn't save his father in the original series.
Yep.
Wait, what?
That
You
was
guys
the
are
whole
talking
point.
over each other.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No,
I was just saying the Jonathan Kent thing, like when he had a heart attack. That's kind of the idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but breast cancer is like slow, and they drag it out. I mean, like they drag it out, like Breaking Bad in the first season. They drag it out, and then all of a sudden, Superman needs to start robbing banks in order to pay for the treatment, and then he ends up getting caught up in a loan from Lex Luthor, and then before you know it, he's slinging heroin-based Krypton on the streets.
So death sticks on Coruscant.
Yeah, and then he gets really desperate, and then he starts sucking. I mean,
what the hell?
Hey, you guys want to buy some death sticks?
He goes on down to Atlantis.
Y'all want to see me do something with crypto? Ever been south of the border, Timmy?
I would just like to remind everyone that the mute button exists for a reason.
Oh, hush.
That's what the drops are for.
So, thank you, Bruce. This is his tradition to stop by and give a 350 super chat, because it's for the Loch Ness Monster. It's about Tree Fitty. So. Thank you, Bruce, for that. Bradley, what's up, Bradley, with the $9.99 super chat? Thank you so much. Says showing some love. Also, when you get a chance, check the GC and let me know if that's okay.
It's talking about the group chat we're all in.
Oh, the group chat. Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Well, let me first of all. No, but yeah. So, have you guys watched Jupiter's Legacy? Speaking of stuff along this vein,
no. Here's the thing with
I
Jupiter's
was gonna
Legacy.
jump into it, but I haven't heard too much. Good
It's
stuff
been getting
about
like mixed reviews. Like some
Dude,
people I
it's
know
so good.
watched it say they hated it. Some people love it. I don't know.
No. So Dawson and I had this discussion on Sunday because Dawson had watched like the first episode or two and like hadn't got into it yet. It's a slow burn, but it pays off. If you are legitimately somebody who looks at like Batman v Superman or any of that and says, okay, you know what? I take seriously and I like the idea of the idea of, you know, what happens? Of like the code, you know, of like this idea of like Superman doesn't kill anybody, Batman doesn't kill anybody, all that stuff. Which is ridiculous. Yeah, it is ridiculous. But the thing is that show right there dives heavily into that because the main character, the Utopian, has that code that you don't kill anybody. And in one of the episodes, I'll just say, I don't want to give it away, spoiler, but somebody kills somebody, and then it pulls everything into question. And he's very hard-nosed about it that, no, you don't do this. You don't do this. But I'll be honest with you, like, so in that section, like this villain is killing people, is killing heroes, is almost kills other people. And this person saves them. And, you know, like I watch it and I think it was totally justified, but it also deals with deconstructing heroes. Like it's a superhero family that has a dysfunctional family. So their daughter is off, you know, she has powers, but she's off doing, you know, pictorial shoots and stuff like that because she's like a model and everything. And the son is trying to live up to the dad's legacy and everything. And it's like the superhero team. And plus it reminded me of Watchmen a little bit because it's got like a side story to it where you learn how these characters got their superpowers 100 years ago. It's really, really good. By the time you get to the end, it definitely pays off.
Well,
and it's definitely worth the ride.
Here's the thing with that too. Did you guys like Daredevil season 1?
Yes.
The first half of the first half of the season was a show run by Stephen DeKnight. So like the first 4 episodes, he was the showrunner on it. He also did Spartacus and he did the first season of Daredevil. There were creative differences that led to him exiting the show halfway through production, but he set it up. So if you like the way he tells his stories, you should like. I haven't seen it yet myself, but that's what I've heard.
It's just not another one of those shows that's like I'm going to get attached to and they're going to cancel after like 2 seasons.
I don't believe so. And the reason why I say that is because this is the first project on Netflix.
Whoops. Did we lose him?
Yeah, I think we lost you for a second.
Oh, you guys lost me?
Yeah, we lost you for a second.
Damn it. Sorry, this is the first thing that Netflix has done with Millar World. So Mark Millar, they ended up, so I don't think it's going to get canceled. Apparently it did pretty well. Mixed reviews are one thing, but who gives a crap what critics actually think?
Yeah, honestly.
Well, it wasn't just critics though. Like even like some like fans are like, I couldn't get.
Well, I like the cast. The cast looks bad.
Yeah, they got Josh Duhamel playing the main character apparently, which
they got Matt Lantern.
Yeah, dude,
they got
and Leslie Bibb. I was like Leslie Bibb.
Yeah, I mean, like gray-haired Leslie. I got a bit of a Silver Fox thing going on. You know what I mean? Like a little bit of that gilf thing.
She looks great in that.
And I'm all like, I'm like, okay.
Hello.
Like I can get into this.
No, she looks great in it. Like, and I love the whole story. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta know where this came from.
I think it was because he left a $9.99 super chat. They just wanted to even it out at 20, but that's the best I can figure. I couldn't see anything else either way. I was like, all right.
That's great. That's great, Bruce. You're awesome. Bruce is awesome. Yes, bonus. That's a big bonus right there. Oh my gosh. I look tired. I'm not tired. I actually got a lot of sleep this weekend.
For a guy that doesn't sleep,
I got none.
He's making brothers barbecue.
That's why I didn't stream yesterday, because I fell asleep early, and because we finished watching Invincible, and then we started. I was going to stream last night with everybody, but I fell asleep.
We streamed over on my
What
channel.
do you guys
We had a
mean?
good time.
What do you guys mean? He doesn't look tired. He's not tired. He's beautiful.
Man,
him.
I love
that
talk about
picture.
that Warner Media name.
Beautiful face.
Warner Brothers name. Did I miss that part?
No, we actually just talked about that, but we had just finished that. We were just finishing that up when you popped in. So yeah, go ahead and tell us what you think of the Warner Media name, dude.
I can think of no other name that you should use for that. Warner Brothers Discovery.
What about the
is perfect.
logo, though? What about the logo?
I don't think that's going to be the final logo.
No.
No,
I hope not.
logo,
But it's the stuff that dreams are made of.
That I can. That's actually a quote from what is it, Maltese Falcon.
Maltese Falcon. Yeah.
Yeah. So that
so
tells you that they care about the actual library. I think the logo is probably going to look more like Warner Brothers with the Discovery logo going across it. You'll probably see this as a sub logo, but that makes sense. Warner Brothers is a 100-year-old studio. It has a lot of clout, has a lot of name. You use that name.
Well, William, let me ask, because this was the thing I came up with. I think they're trying to re-attract the boomer audience, because HBO Max is kind of more of a modern name, and they also have a lot of people who have HBO Max subscriptions that have not moved over with the HBO, or they have a lot of HBO subscriptions that haven't merged over to HBO Max, activated those yet, right? And I think it's because there's just like
I think that's going to change too.
You think that's what?
I think HBO Max is gone too. As far as that name, I think that name goes away within the next 2 years.
Probably.
Did you guys not see my logo?
Because
I fixed it.
Oh yes, I saw that. That was pretty funny. It's on Twitter.
No, I think the biggest part of the problem with HBO Max was the launch. It was just too much confusion. HBO Go, HBO Proper, HBO Max. That really, didn't give a sense of urgency that people really needed to switch over. I know a lot of people who have HBO Max that haven't tuned into it because they didn't think they needed to, because they have HBO. So I think you're going to see that name change to Warner Max or something like that. But that name and that history does mean a lot to. It seems like it means a lot to Zaslav, and I think that's a perfect name, Warner Brothers Discovery.
Warner Disco Max, just saying.
What's that?
Warner Disco Max. I want the party vibes,
now
man.
You're complicating it. Maybe if it was 76, 77, you might. But I like I said, I think that their vision is more important than the name. And what I've been following this guy closely since they made this announcement, and people think that it's going to be 2 years until this really takes foot. I don't think so. I think they're making moves now. I think the moves that you see now and the expiring contracts and stuff are going to be let to expire because of the people that are coming in are making the decisions.
Look, it's better.
Yep, there you go.
What do you think, William? Isn't mine better?
Nah, they're going to use the standard Warner Brothers logo.
Yeah, but I tried it. I emulated it. It's beautiful.
Well, this looks like a chemical.
He's taking it seriously. I love it. He's taking it seriously.
Oh, I didn't read where stuff goes. All right, I see it at the bottom. I always think it when somebody asks me a question, I always assume that they're asking me a serious question. Sorry.
William,
you're at the Poindexter Lounge, man. Come on, William. You know better than that.
But the other 90% of my day hinges upon me being able to answer a question seriously. So I don't get to turn it off here sometimes. Sorry. Especially with the last 3 or 4 days I've had. I've had to stay on
William.
mixing.
Bruce says that he literally sold 50 C3POs with the extra appendage to a toy store in Arizona this weekend. Life is good.
Nice.
I'll wait till you get to the life size ones. I guess that's when I should invest.
Wow. Okay.
Those will be at a different store, my friend.
The normal size one should be at a different store, but hey.
Thank you, Barry. I tried, Barry. I tried.
Wow. Well, for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, Bruce made this.
You stick it in people's face like that. It's hilarious.
Is that look, everybody?
Why?
And mine was a golden rod.
But why? I don't understand why.
Because
it's
why
there.
not?
I have not got a sufficient answer to that question either.
6 beers in, who cares?
We should just get a
because it's a part of Star Wars history. This was an actual card. This was an actual card that was on a Topps trading card. That's like not a made up thing. It's not trying to just be a pervert joke.
That is not why you keep pulling that out.
Can we just get
It
that in
is
a
why I
life?
keep pulling this out.
Can we just get that in a life size version?
But speaking of this, John Collins asked here, Enosh, how many action figures do you own? Do you collect them for the resale factor or for the intrinsic value? So, dude, I've got hundreds of figures. Like I don't even know, man.
Till I get to Detroit.
The last time I tried to count my Star Wars figures, I had well over like 600 or 700, and that doesn't include my GI Joes. That doesn't include DC. It doesn't include. Dude, I can't even tell you. But as far as why do I collect them, I tell everybody you should never try to collect something to try to hope to resell it one day. There are certain things that, yes, you can resell, but you know what? You should collect stuff because you love them. You enjoy those things, and they bring you joy. This room, my house, brings me joy. When I walk into a room and I see these things that are around me, it makes me smile. And so that's why I collect, and that's why I've always collected.
It's going to make me smile, too, when I take half of it.
Good luck. Good luck, buddy.
Is that an upstairs room or a downstairs room? I need to know these things.
You don't need to know nothing about the layout of my house, mister.
Hey, Meg,
blueprints already.
Meg, if you're still on, we need blueprints and pass, and I'll cut you in on a quarter of the stuff. I'm pretty sure you have some Funkos you're missing.
Hey, did you see my Funkos? You missed the beginning of the show, so I'll show you what I got. Cole from the Nerd Queens sent me and Tiff.
Oh yeah,
these right here. So this is Grand Tiff Tarkin.
That's hilarious.
Her pop, and then there's the Enosh Fett one. And look, I got I got a lightsaber hoodie on.
She needs to make one with you in the fro. I'd buy that one right off the shelf.
right. Yeah. Oh, see now you got an accomplice. Meg says she's on
Thank you, Meg.
There you go.
I'll DM you.
Keep an eye on you guys. I'm gonna keep an eye on you guys.
She's my
don't answer, Enosh. They're casing your place. I know, right? Jeez. But I don't know. Look, I'll say this. Like, I didn't expect much more from the name, from Warner Brothers and Discovery.
Yeah.
That logo looks that logo's not
yeah.
even really a logo. That logo is just a font. So I hope that's not it.
So why would they put that as the first thing that people see? Because it just sets a bad intention.
Yeah. Like,
I don't know. Ask RJ
really.
why they put out that Superman picture of Superman getting punched in the gut and headbutted by Lois Lane the other day. Made him look like he had given up on life. Made him look like he'd given up on life yet. But Batman is overseeing the entire freaking city and scaring everybody. But not Superman. Superman's just like, ooh, I got punched in the face by Lois Lane while Jimmy Olsen looked on.
I go into everything with positivity. We've established this, We'll wait and see.
Was that the story we're going with now?
You could have put it out in Stickman figures. Listen, this guy's vision. This is really a good thing. I don't think people can really overestimate just how good this merger is on all levels, not just on the DC level that we kind of troll around with, but on all levels. This guy has a game plan, and if you look at the game plan he's used with Discovery, it is exactly what Warner Brothers has needed for the last 5 years. And I kind of wish something like this would have taken place 5 years ago. He seems to have a good talent relationship. He seems to have a good vision. He seems, when's the last time you had anybody like this in Warner Brothers?
Since Jeff Robinoff, that was the last guy.
I was about to say that, and that's been a long time. And they kind of screwed him. He should have been the next CEO, and they gave it to a guy that ended up chasing out of the company because of a sexual, issue. But everything he is said has given me, uplifting as far as that goes. And I think you're going to see DC handled very well. I think you're going to see the DC.
Everything Zaslav is saying sounds good. It's just going to come down to execution. Like, how do they execute what his plan is?
That's true, but look at how he has executed so far. Listen, Discovery Plus with 15 million subscribers, I would have lost my ass on betting on them reaching 15 million in the time that they have. They have a method of getting reaching people. And I think now that they have, the Warner Brothers within their umbrella, I don't see any bad that can come from this.
Real quick, because we're gonna lose him here because he's got to get going. He's got to get back on stage. He's got his mic on already. He's ready to go sing to the
here in Vegas
to the millions of ladies who are waiting for him across the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say our farewells to Zentek. Zentek, always good to see you, brother.
Guys.
Bye,
Sorry,
baby.
I was only on for a short amount of time, but I'll try to jump on another time when I got.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
She's
Do
got
you have a
guys,
white
thank you.
tiger?
White tiger.
A tiger.
Just outside the window.
Our partner? Okay, well, hey.
Sorry,
nice to
what was
meet
that?
you. I mean, we have Siegfried, or we had Siegfried and Royd out here, and you'd be perfect. Were you in
guys.
Australia?
Thank you so much. I'm in Australia. Yeah.
Oh man, dude, you gotta come.
What gave it away, William?
You know what? You could come out to Vegas and you would fit right in, man. You could
been to
literally-
Vegas.
I know, man. Like seriously, and he's a musician. That's the kind of guy you want in your band, right there, man. That's
You could walk on the stage and you'll probably just take somebody's job.
I'd marry him.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
but
you.
Saggy, you
marry
pretty
everybody.
much wanted to marry every guest that I've brought on this show.
Oh,
By the way, how did that date go with Ty?
Oh, this week we were both very busy this week.
Oh, you haven't done it yet. Okay.
No, we're going to get bubble tea.
Gosh, I don't think I've waited for two people to go out and get a bubble tea anymore in my entire freaking life.
Building up the hype.
I know
we've
we're
got bubble
building
tea
up
here,
this-
Saggy. So just let you know.
Ooh, I'm gonna go. I guess I'm going to
Nah, I'm
Australia because Tyler's been blowing me off, man. I might have to go to Australia.
Yeah, Ty got
Dude,
stage
it's,
fright.
it's dangerous out there, man. Listen, dude, there's like spiders that could literally.
What do you
tear
mean
off.
that he'll
Yeah, the
he'll
animals are
protect me?
scary, dude.
Oh no,
Yeah.
nah. I think that's just a misconception.
Buffalo spiders?
No
dude?
snakes, no spiders, no kangaroos.
There's no
Actually,
snakes?
there are some kangaroos around.
Wait,
kangaroo-
hold on. There ain't no
koala on my,
kangaroos in Australia. Like what?
Can't they kill you with one punch?
Koalas are vicious.
You mean a kick?
No,
Yeah.
no. I thought koalas were gentle creatures.
No.
Oh, no.
400 foot-pounds of punching power, man. Come on, man.
No, not kangaroos.
wombats
I was talking about
friendly.
koalas.
Yeah, no,
koalas.
koalas are high most of the time. So on the eucalyptus, it keeps them mellow. They'll tear your face off, dude.
I thought
They'll
they were
tear your
nice.
face off.
They look so nice and cuddly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're stoned.
'cause they're
90% of the
stoned.
time.
Hey, we thought about
There's always a
that with
carbohydrate
Ewoks.
in everything.
We were proven wrong.
It was real violent.
Yeah, I used
No,
to
but
be
it's
like,
true.
yeah. Well, no, here's the thing. I used to love kangaroos, and I found out they like to fight people. They like to have
Well,
boxing.
they don't-
moves.
no, no,
Hey, RJ.
No.
Hey, RJ.
Yes.
Just because you had a really bad take on this, I'm gonna bust your bubble again. Remember this story? Paddington 2 loses vicious stranglehold on best movie of all time
What do you mean I
position.
had a bad take on this? Hold up.
You had a bad take on this.
What was my take? I don't even remember.
You thought koalas were warm and fuzzy and just like beautiful little things, and no, kind of like Paddington 2, they need to be taken down.
No, here's the thing. Paddington 2 deserved to be the #1 movie of all time on Rotten Tomatoes, but it's okay. You know, they pulled the same tactic with Citizen Kane. They got a review from 2017, and you know, it is what it is. But you know,
Hi,
Paddington's still a great
Zentek.
movie.
Have a
So.
fun stream.
All right, yep, I gotta go.
All right, guys, I gotta
everyone,
bounce
guys.
myself.
See you soon.
All right, guys, we'll see you guys later.
Bye, Matt
Yeah,
Jarbo.
I'm gonna be over on my stream making inappropriate jokes. So when you're bored of this, Christian, come see the anti. Wait, no, that doesn't work out very well.
Whoa.
When-
Are you trying to exploit yourself?
Hang on a second.
I'm not trying to expose myself here, but I have an
you know what,
OnlyFans
folks?
for
You know
that.
what, folks? He's trying. He's trying.
Whoa.
You know what?
Cow.
Still got two kids.
Jarbo's a good boy.
He's trying. He's
Sometimes.
He tries.
Sometimes.
I'm gonna go say dirty things though, so I'll see you guys.
Okay, bye.
I'm just saying, does anyone here actually watch?
that
Does
was
anyone here actually
probably
watch the Paddington movies?
No.
No.
Then watch the Paddington
I
movies to
refuse.
understand why.
Dude,
I do have what happened to the last kid who did watch Paddington.
That is brutal.
And what did that poor little kid get for his troubles?
Paddington Bear 2.
A fence to the chest and Paddington.
I'm just saying, Paddington 2 is a great movie. Both of them
RJ,
are.
What movie's
listen.
not a great movie?
Do you know
That's
what?
what I want to know.
I will say I will watch Peacemaker before I watch Paddington.
Why? What's wrong with Paddington? It's like a nice comfort movie. It just makes you feel like nice and happy inside. There's nothing wrong with that.
You know what else does that? Drugs.
But Paddington's legal, and he's like a cuddly teddy bear. So
Yeah, but drugs are more fun, RJ. Okay, I'd rather have fun.
Look at the chat. Look, the chat's defending me. They think Paddington's good too. Like, I'm not
The
crazy for
the
this.
chat is also on drugs. So
Oh boy.
Okay, well, that being said, let's take a look at something else here that bears talking about. Instead of Paddington and all that jazz. So did you guys see this Forbes article?
Yeah, it's from Mark Hughes. Good guy.
Yeah.
Great writer.
So he actually says, look, hey, with the popularity of Army of the Dead, with seeing that people actually want to support Zack Snyder, they need to make Zack Snyder's Justice League 2.
Surprising.
He's not wrong. He backs up. He provides data and information to where it makes sense. So
yeah, I mean,
and he actually breaks it down here.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of surprising considering that there's a previous article that Forbes published by Scott Mendelson, basically saying that like Zack's movie is basically just like kind of an extended version of what we saw in 2017. And I was like reading through it.
Sucks.
Yeah, I'm like, so yeah, that's basically what I was gonna get into. This article
here's the thing about Scott Mendelson. He has great box office breakdowns and numbers, but when you actually get into his opinion pieces and his actual writing outside of that, it gets real.
It sounds like he's got something personal. It sounds like it's personal.
Reading the article, it's definitely something because I mean, some of the takes that are in there is kind of like really.
Yeah. No, he does like to squat on Zack Snyder quite a bit. So
I was like, I don't understand it, but this article, you know what makes this article more important than anything that's come out in a while?
What's that?
The fact that we're running into a new regime.
Yep.
This is more possible than not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I think that new regime is gonna is just the way that they are thinking and the way what I'm hearing just from him alone. I think you're going to see new people in new positions that are going to just go for this, that aren't as adverse to. You're not going to have the fight. We've been fighting for like 4.5, how many years? I don't think there's going to be that fight. I don't think people are going to know what to do with themselves once this actually happens, because you're not going to have to fight for this type of content anymore.
Well, and that's the thing, and that speaks to like what Podtastic is saying here. Like, so look, the current regime was never going to bring back Zack. Okay. But here's the thing. Zack has gone on record saying, even this last week, saying, if I get the call to do this, I'm on. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it right now. So
days after he said "suck it," Warner Brothers. So he knows.
Exactly.
He knows.
So it's not about the current regime over at Warner Brothers right now, because look, we know that they don't appreciate Zack. They haven't appreciated Zack. And you know what they've watched? They've actually watched Zack take this property that he offered to them in Army of the Dead. They've watched it go over to Netflix and become a huge hit for them. And now they look foolish.
That should cost people jobs. If this merger wasn't happening, and some of these guys are just going to be gone to begin with, that kind of mistake generally costs people jobs. Because you're talking about 72 million, you're talking about content, and now he's springing off content on that, and you have HBO Max, which is starved for content. That should have cost somebody either a demotion or a repositioning, but because there's a merger happening, I think it's going to work in the favor of Zack Snyder to the point where Zaslav's going to look at those numbers and be like, I'm not letting him go. If we can't get him exclusively over to us, we're going to get first look, so that we're offering more money than Netflix can. I mean, Netflix spent
couple of things here. First of all, this is not how this is working. So as far as this goes, Zaslav is not going to be divesting anything or selling anything at
Why would you?
That's not how that works.
Merge and
they're literally merging two companies. Yeah, they're not. They're all these stupid stories about they're going to sell DC to Disney and all that stuff. Everybody needs to just put that aside right now because that ain't happening. They're not breaking up Warner Brothers. They're not doing any of that. All of that is put out by people who don't understand how things work. They literally don't understand how these businesses work. They don't understand how Hollywood works. They don't understand how the studio is being restructured and all those things. What Warner Brothers does have a problem with is their leadership is going to be gone because for the most part, those are the people who have run that studio into the ground to the point where it is no longer just its own entity, but it is literally a commodity to be traded along with a bunch of other stuff. Right? I mean, that's what we got basically. It's like when we got the word about the new logo and all this stuff today, or the whatever if it is the new logo, whatever, but about the name, right? So we heard about how great Warner Brothers used to be. And by the way, Discovery, which literally puts out stuff like Dr. Pimple Popper, which I like Dr. Pimple Popper, don't get me wrong, and My 600-Pound Life, and a bunch of other like reality shows. They touted Discovery's amazing writing and storytelling, not the storied movie studio. Warner Brothers didn't get anything about their storytelling. No, the compelling storytelling of my 1,000-pound sisters over Warner Brothers. So you better believe that the executives at Warner Brothers should be looking over their shoulders because Zaslav, I'm sure, will be taking a good hard look at them. But as far as the company themselves,
they're gone. He's not going to take a look. They're gone. Their new board of directors, which is about to be assembled here very soon, they're not keeping those people. And they could even like some of those people. You're not going to merge a company and keep the acquisitions people. The only person I see, and this is slim, keeping their job is going to be Keelar. That's slim. But the rest of them, there's no place for them. And what they're doing, there's no place for them. And he has touted the IPs and things like that. He obviously he's not going to say anything about the direction in the last 5 years, but they're spending that $46 billion for something. And but this current regime is gone. They know they're gone. Most of them are probably looking for jobs or looking for severance packages, or contract expiration. Emmerich, he's not going. You think he's going to get offered a new contract? No.
Well, Scotty, they're gonna end up with severance packages, but they're not going to be in charge anymore. They're not going to be at the company anymore. Is I think really the point. Like, I don't care how much money you get them to leave. Yeah. There's a lot of them that I'd pay a lot of money to actually leave and get out of here.
Yeah, that's what they'll do. But Zaslav is going to run it himself, or he's going to put people in position that are going to carry out his vision. That's what any merger. I mean, why would I take over something with an idea and keep the people from the old ideas when I've been working with people, all those people that are sitting in those meetings with him when they were coming up with the acquisition idea for this are the people they're going to put in place. They already have a plan to hit the ground running with it. They're not going to deal with somebody's old stuff, especially an old studio head. It's just not what they're. So those guys are gone. It's just a matter of how. Whether it's going to be severance packages, a contract expiring, or just outright, your contract, we're going to put you somewhere else where you don't matter. But Warner Brothers, as we know it, is done, and that's a good thing. That's great.
It's a very, very good thing. But I love how this article even got a little bit into like how it could happen. Because I've had a lot of people try to tell me, oh, it can't happen because of this and this and this and this and this. And he says, look, a Zack Snyder's Justice League Part 2 could just, for one example, be made as a mini series. I've said this myself. A lot of us have said this. I mean, this is what we've been talking about, William. This is exactly what we've been talking about. It could be made as a mini series, divided into chapters. Like literally, the precedent was set for this by Zack Snyder's Justice League. The fact that it's put into chapters, but put into chapters like
wasn't it intended to be released like a mini series originally?
It was talked about. It was talked about originally, yeah. But it says
had problems with the contracts versus the series and the movie.
Yeah, because it was made originally as a movie, so you got to redo all that stuff. But it says so audience can stream it all at once as an extra long film. I'd prefer it. Just release it, just like as a series or in a mini series, like chapters akin to the comic series or graphic novel. At $25 million per episode chapter, it would have a bigger per episode budget than the gloriously cinematic live action Disney Plus Star Wars series, The Mandalorian, and on par with Marvel's spending for their new streaming series like WandaVision and The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. If it's around 4 hours in total runtime, that perhaps 5 episodes with 48-minute runtimes, it would cost about $125 million. And that's a very reasonable price for a high-quality, big brand IP series with an existing fan base in the millions. If released in weekly chapters, it could attract more attention and weekly discussion. Absolutely. People want this because they've really enjoyed Zack Snyder's Justice League. Encourage long-term subscription by fans who might otherwise sign up for a few days and then cancel. Demonstrate the idea of DC's content ability to build separate, divergent corners of its multiverse approach and continue making premium, exclusive content that attracts both the built-in fan base and new converts. And it opens the door to additional content within that corner of the DCEU, such as animated spin-offs and adaptations of things such as Ben Affleck's Batman screenplay, which further expand the brand appeal and audience. And look, and listen. Again, here he says here it would depend upon Zack and Deborah Snyder deciding they wanted to re-enter negotiations and get involved with Warner's DC brand again, which again we just said Zack already reiterated again this week. It's not up to me. I would do it like that. He wants to tell this story. He loves these characters. So there you go. It's absolutely doable. It's literally absolutely doable. It's right there. And it just needs to be done. It just needs to be done. And I think, William, we've been talking about this for a long time. And I think it's really interesting that the very things that Mark here is pointing out in this article are things that on this panel, many people have said over the last couple of months, even,
Well, Mark's a great writer. He's very much clued in onto a lot of stuff going on. I mean, he's a great writer. He's been supporting the Snyderverse for a while, so.
Yeah, and it is great because not only we were fighting for this, it was without Army of the Dead on the books. It was without Zack Snyder's Justice League on the books. It was without all the hype, and the positive reviews. We were going against the wind, and this is also without an incoming regime that has built its legacy on series that keep people going from one thing to another. That's what Discovery Plus is all about: is keeping you engaged in their content from one to another. And from one episode to another. So they're already of that frame of mind to begin with, coming in with the frame of mind that Warner Brothers would have had to adapt to, and they just weren't going to do it. Zaslav is very much a new school mentality when it comes to entertainment. And to be honest with you, not everything Discovery Plus puts out is quality stuff, but they measure the engagement and what it means to their audience. And that's something that Warner Brothers has just not been able to do. It's almost like they do the exact opposite. These guys they go with their customer, and they may sacrifice some quality here or then, but they go along with their customer. Whereas Warner Brothers' current regime just is a steel trap, and nothing gets in, and that's not good when you're talking about creatives. Yeah, I already have 50 seconds.
I'm just.
They may not. You might not see a big headline saying everybody's fired, but they're going to be marginalized. They won't matter. And whether you're fired or whether you're marginalized, if you're not having a day-to-day effect on the product, and you've had a previous history of having a negative day-to-day effect on the product, if you're gone, you're gone. As long as you're not at the helm, you could still be drawing a paycheck from Warner Brothers and somewhere else. But as long as you are not at the helm. But those Discovery people are going to be the people he goes and gets are going to be the people at the helm.
I'll point out here. Yeah, I'll point out here that Walter Hamada doesn't even know what his own company is doing. Okay, because Walter Hamada can say all day long that Earth is Earth 1 and the Batman will be set on Earth 2, whatever. But you know what? They've already put together their continuity that they said with Crisis on Infinite Earths. Warner Brothers specifically asked for Ezra Miller's Flash to be on the Flash TV show, to be able to connect it, and so that they can connect all these properties and stuff. That's why they brought in like all the other TV shows, you know, Batman 89, which is, they literally brought the world of Batman 89, which is World 89, right? Into Crisis on Infinite Earths. But they said that the Flash's world, the Arrowverse, is where Earth Prime is. And Earth 2 is where Stargirl is. And like that whole nonsense. So they already don't know what they're doing.
Wait, hold on, wait. I thought
who knows
hold on. I thought all the worlds were now one in the CW. I thought that was where it ended, where it's all one now.
No, because it's still open for other worlds.
How? I thought it.
Here's the thing, though. Yeah,
but how? That makes no sense.
Hamada,
exactly.
I don't think when Hamada made that statement, I said this before, I don't think he even care about CW. He's just trying to explain to like normies who read the New York Times what it means. Like, oh, this is Earth 1 with these movies, but this is Earth 2. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm fans of both. Like, the reason why I chimed in, because like obviously you guys know I love the CW shows, so it doesn't make sense to have a multiverse anymore because it was pretty much done during the Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah, but it wasn't like
How?
because they even said in Crisis on Infinite Earths that it sparked new worlds to form.
Yeah, don't forget the Arrowverse is the Prime Earth, but there's something at Justice League with no Superman.
So then, if that's the case, explain to me why all of that crap happened in the first place.
Well, because it
whoever's narrating the reset button.
Yeah, it collapsed. It collapsed a few worlds so that they could make it easier, so Supergirl could be in the same world and Superman could be in the same world as the Flash and all that. And then, of course, they made Superman and Lois, and they're pretty much ignoring all that and acting like none of it ever happened before. So,
Crisis did. Crisis on Infinite Earths back in 1986 did. It 4 years, literally within 3 years after Crisis, you had Elseworld storylines and all kinds of stuff that branched.
So wait,
it's the same thing that happened in the comics.
Yeah.
Did the multiverse just always exist? Then I'm very freaking confused.
Yes. There's never been a point where there wasn't a multiverse.
Okay, so then when they all combined it all to one verse, now multiples can. Okay, my head hurts.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, as long as you have.
I keep trying to explain it to these guys. It's like, guys, you don't understand how confusing this sounds.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like it's very confusing because they introduced the multiverse, then they had a problem with the multiverse, then now there's only one verse, and then now you're saying now other multiverses.
Well, I think it's at the end of that event. I thought Enosh explained that there's already starting to be other Earths popping up, like the multiverse was like resetting itself again or something.
Okay.
Does that mean So does that mean the original? So again, does that mean the original multiverse started with one and then just birthed?
We'll have you on. We'll have you on Mega Podtastic. Don't worry, man. We'll get you in here. I'm going to be on his channel here in a couple of weeks. So
awesome.
Yeah,
I'm so confused.
Yeah, no. That's exactly what happened. Saggy is that they imploded it, and that, but it didn't get rid of everything, and so there's still worlds out there, and there's new worlds forming, and that's how it's always been in the comics and everything. Like they said after Crisis on Infinite Earths in the comics that it was like completely done, right? That the multiverse was gone.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
But then you find out years later that there were still these pocket universes that existed, and then it's still rebranched somehow, and still became a thing. And so
that's confusing because like I said, I thought it was just a wrap, and I figured that they did this so that they can have all of the characters in the same universe, which made sense to me, but apparently I don't know diddly squat.
But that's the Arrowverse
did it.
Yeah, that is the Arrowverse. So wait, could it be possible that whole thing was just one entire multiverse? There's multiple multiverses.
It only takes one storyline to undo any of that.
My brain hurts.
Same.
They need to stop doing it. That's the problem with what they've done with these reboots and with their realities. Crisis was the first mistake. That was a huge mistake. And then it rolled over into all these other mistakes, but Crisis was such a big name that now you have people who do these IPs that want to use it in certain ways that if you don't know why it was even done in the first place, it's dumb and it's confusing. The original paper narrative of Crisis was dumb. They did it because they wanted to try to explain why why you had a Superman that had been around since 1938, and you had an old Superman, you had an old Flash. Instead of just maintaining that multiverse, it was like they had done for 50 some odd years. They wanted to try to explain what didn't need to be unexplained. Then you throw in John Byrne, who I love, but really screwed up Superman. Really screwed up Superman.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was great having William here. By the way, by the way, next week's giveaway is the complete Man of Steel 1-6 miniseries that rebooted Superman and made him absolutely awesome. So maybe one day we'll get William back on if we ever find him again. I don't know.
Nah, it was bad. And here's what they did.
You're completely wrong.
How did it screw it up, though? How did it screw it up?
Because I'm going to get to it. Not only did it screw up Superman, depowered him and made him retarded, but it messed up the Legion of Superheroes.
Wow.
Messed up the Legion. And they ended up 30 years later, you're back to where you were prior to Crisis anyway.
That's not John's fault. That's not John's fault.
That
DC's
was John's
fault.
directive.
That's DC's fault. That's
when
DC's
they gave John
fault.
Byrne. When they gave John Byrne that title, he had certain stipulations. And one of them is that Superman couldn't be told in any other story that he wasn't writing at the time. That's why they took Superman out of it. That's why Superboy was killed, because they didn't want it connected to that continuity. And it really kind of messed
Superboy, look, Superboy wasn't even really Superboy. He was Superboy Prime. So he was
after that. But originally Superboy was connected. He flew to the future. But when they did that storyline in Action Comics, it was 37. It was Superman.
Oh, well, that was way back. That was
as a result of John Byrne. That was at the directive of John Byrne. That happened right at the same time. The Pocket Universe was created at the behest of John Byrne because they needed a way to tie that universe back to the old school Superboy without it interfering with John Byrne's narrative. But John Byrne's narrative was absolutely freaking amazing. Like, it actually presented Clark as being the real person instead of it just being Superman and like, oh, I was Superboy when I was a little kid too, and I've always just been this character, and Superman was the person instead of Clark. Like, that makes no sense. Superman didn't grow. What's that? You can keep, and I like John Byrne. That's the only run of a comic that I don't like.
No. That's a bad take. That's a bad take, dude. That's a bad take.
John Byrne's run on Superman, and
John Byrne's run on Superman, dude, was amazing.
William is having an
it actually answered a lot of the issues that people had with Superman, because Superman was doing stupid stuff in the comics before that. Moving planets.
You didn't need to have that kind of that shift, seismic shift.
It's John Byrne who corrected the crap of like Superman being able to do stuff like move the moon and nobody cared, or like move worlds or whatever, and just have like unlimited powers and literally coming up with powers every week that was literally probably the inspiration for the crap that we saw in those Christopher Reeve movies that everybody agrees is absolutely ridiculous, like flying around the earth and turning back time and moving the moon out of orbit like in Superman 4 and rebuilding the Great Wall of China.
Just write a better story. You don't have to shift the entire character like that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They overpowered the character so much, and all of that was canon, so you couldn't do anything else but change it.
But
you had to change it.
Wiping out his entire history and then spending the last 35 years basically undoing Crisis. That's basically what the last 35 years have been, is undoing every one of these idiotic reboots that has really hurt DC. Has been to undo.
There was a golden moment from the time that John Byrne rebooted things in 1986 all the way until the mid-90s after they killed Superman, that they kept things pretty good there for a long time, and then all of a sudden they started getting crazy with these reboots because they did like 0 Hour, which was dumb, and then they did
there's Infinite Crisis,
then New 52, and then from New 52 came Flashpoint and Infinite Crisis and all this other stuff, and that was all meant to undo the stuff that had been done.
It was as a response to poor sales. Superman sales weren't that great after 1987, 1988. That's why the whole the Death of Superman story was put in, because Superman's titles were doing poorly.
Yeah, but if you actually read those stories are great stories. That's some of the best stuff.
Some of them are. I read them.
Jurgens and Ordway, dude. When Jurgens and Ordway came in, they did a fantastic job with Superman. That is some of the best Superman stories ever told, as far as I'm concerned.
Did he freeze or did I freeze? I mean, like I said, the time and time again. I mean, there were some good storylines in there, but if you look at why they did the things that they did with Superman, it was literally as a response to bad sales. The death of Superman. Same thing with Spider-Man. Same thing with Green Lantern. They did a lot of that in the mid late 90s. They could not give these books away, so they did. That's why Kyle Rayner was your Green Lantern, because you couldn't give. So, well, yeah, whatever. But you couldn't give away a Hal Jordan book. You couldn't. Spider-Man was not doing well. I mean,
that was comics in general. I mean,
yeah, but you can't have your main titles. That was when because at the same time, Image comics were flying off the shelves. You had Valiant comics were selling well. So it wasn't all just comics in general. That was the late 90s where comics in general were just, you couldn't use them for toilet paper. But in the mid 90s, it was because most of the main IP characters had fallen into disrepair. That's why you had the Clone Saga with. But trust me, I had to discount most of this stuff at the time that these were happening. The titles weren't moving. And a lot of people after Crisis, the next wave of people that came in to buy comics just weren't, they had just left. I mean, Crisis really cost them a lot of readers. And then the way they did Superman really hurt Superman sales from 1988 all the way on to 1992, 1993. And like I said,
all I know is when I got into comic collecting, like those were the most sought after books from that time, like during that time from like 93 on, like going all the way back to 86, dude. If you come to Vegas, you're gonna leave with a box of them. I got them. And plus another thing that they did is once Death of Superman happened, the print run was massive. They printed so many and it killed the value. And everybody and their mother went out and bought them. I don't have a week where somebody doesn't come in with those runs of books saying, "Hey, I think these are worth something." And I look at them, and it has 1991 to 1994 Superman on it. I'm like, no, I'm talking about in '93 when the whole Death of Superman thing went on, and all of a sudden you had these stories that people were wanting to find and stuff from '86 to that point. Like there was a huge section, man. You couldn't find that stuff.
I can't give it away. I couldn't give it away during that time.
Well, now because nobody cares about it.
Then
nobody cares about that stuff now. I mean, my goodness, nobody cares about none of those runs even.
I'm talking as I cut my box open and I'm putting the stuff on the shelf. You had Death of Superman because you had the speculators buying it.
Sure.
But the general audience, the titles, the numbers of the titles were not good from Crisis on. They just weren't. They just weren't.
Well, all I can tell you is here in this area, man. Like I had to scrape and fight people for those backstories to be able to fill in those years because I wanted those stories.
Maybe it's regional. Maybe
because I wanted to fill in those stories. And I'll tell you what, as I would complete things like Time and Time Again storyline, which
I thought was great.
Panic in the Sky, which I thought was another great one.
Yep.
With Brainiac, and I'm trying to just think there was one called Blackout that wasn't that bad, and there was a couple other ones that were pretty good. But I mean, just like the week to week stuff, even like just stuff that was happening. Crisis of the Crimson Kryptonite, for example, there was a lot of good stuff, and dude, it was really hard to fill in some of that stuff because people would literally fight you for those back issues.
Wow.
Like literally fight you for those
I needed
back
to be
issues.
open in Michigan then because holy cow.
I'm telling you, man.
Can I just say something? The multiverse is real.
Yeah,
take a look at the panel here.
We're going into the Brian verse.
I need to clip that and just have that for normal.
By the way,
I'm paying attention.
How long did you guys to realize that?
Oh, I didn't even know this.
That's funny.
What'd be great is if everybody
I
had
didn't notice that his face wasn't.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to
had
do
the
that.
exact same thing. That'd be hilarious.
no, it's funny while you guys were talking, and I'm dying because while you guys were talking, I screenshotted it where Brian was still stuck in that pose.
And they were both in the same pose for a solid minute and a half.
Oh, that's great.
I'm dying.
We're into the Brian verse now.
Well, like I said, what would be great is if Saggy sent that picture to all of us, and we all had that picture, and then
Yeah, that's
Brian's
what I'm
like in the
saying.
middle. And
I would have gone nuts. I would have been like, what the?
I have to figure out how to do that.
You should
'Cause I'm
deep fake
genuinely curious now.
Oh my god, I'm screwed. Okay, so I'll tell you guys. So it's StreamYards. So basically, it's the green screen, effect in your settings. So if you don't have the green screen, it just puts the picture up as a still. So that's basically it. So not really anything crazy. And then you can just switch the pictures and stuff. But yeah, it's basically the green screen effect in StreamYards. And that's what makes the picture. I figured this out by accident because I was playing around with the settings. So I have a green screen and I was playing around with it. And I was like, wait, why is it just a picture? I was like, oh my God, I figured something out and this is awesome.
It makes it the full screen. That's
Makes
amazing.
the full screen, yeah. Because I have my camera on, but because I have the picture up in the green screen effect, all you guys see is a picture.
Now, William, I gotta ask you a question. Did this surprise you to find this out?
Oh boy.
What am I seeing here? Justice League reportedly didn't understand. No. Doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about this in the Truth 31 stream. I was on there for a little bit, and I basically told him it doesn't surprise me because the thing is, it shows that the people running DC are not true fans. There's no executive in power that's a true fan of the material, understands these characters.
Or even if they're not a fan, even if they're
just
not
don't
a fan,
understand
they
it.
don't have an understanding. You need to have an understanding of your IP if you're going to own it.
Absolutely.
You can hate all the characters. You can hate everything.
And I hate to bring him up, but it's like this is why Kevin Feige succeeds is because he's a fan of these characters and he puts people in charge that respect the characters and like their past and their histories, right? Like you wouldn't see Kevin Feige say, "Oh, Doctor Strange using this power makes no sense. Get out of the movie." Like that's just ridiculous. So
no, because
but they'll put Nuclear Man in a movie.
They put Blue Beetle in a movie.
Well, that's still yet to be seen.
Yeah, we don't want Blue Beetle.
But you're getting him.
Are we really though? Are we really
You
though?
are. Yes, you are.
Really though?
Whatever, y'all. Are
like I
haters.
said,
Haters.
the first thing he's going to probably do is put somebody in charge of DC.
Or
films.
William. Well, no, because William, I told Enosh this. My theory is that by summer 2022, they're going to rush a lot of these movies into production, similar to what Fox did with the Disney acquisition. They got like Dark Phoenix and New Mutants out there pretty quickly. I think they're going to do the same thing with a lot of these DC movies. Just rush them into production, get them out and done by like 2022.
I've heard that too.
And try to run the whole thing into the ground.
I think
on the way out,
they're going to be able to.
Maybe
they're going to be able to, because here's the thing, and here's one of the advantages of having that sale pending and having those stockholders still on the line, as far as acquiring these shares and everything else. You do something like that, you could really screw up this deal, and that's why I think that the majority of the decision making when it comes to Warner Studios is really going to be coming from Discovery, whether it's official or not. They're not going to let them basically rip out all the silverware and all the faucets and everything, and while they're getting evicted from the house, that just devalues the company.
No, in a way it does. I'm just saying, I mean, Fox, basically a lot of those movies go through and say, okay, just make them, and the people who are taking over will handle it, and they'll release them because they're contractually obligated to. There's still movies that Disney has released under Fox right now that they're stuck with. So, I mean, I think it's a possibility. I mean, stuff like Batgirl.
See, here's the thing, though.
Get cast though.
Disney was acquiring Fox. All right, it was acquiring.
But this is a merger, so it's a little different.
Yeah, this is a merger. So you're talking about the same people who are would be greenlighting that. They're all the same people now, and you're talking about a different type of merger than you were when with Disney purchasing Fox. It was an outright purchase. You're going to have people that are individual shareholders of AT&T are now becoming individual shareholders of Warner Discovery, and vice versa. If I'm either side of that deal, I don't want you peeing on the carpet on your way out the door. I think some of these things are going to get pulled. I think, and I hate to bring up Blue Beetle just to beat on it. There's a chance that some of these things that you've heard of are never going to happen. Simply because their production is going to extend over into the regime, and this is going to happen relatively quick. This is going to the Disney Fox deal made it possible for this deal to happen really quick, because in order to deny this deal happening really fast.
Well, couldn't it be argued though that because Blue Beetle and Batgirl are being positioned as more lower budget streaming movies to bolster the streaming service, that they could be seen as like they'll let them fall through the cracks and get made because they're seemingly more valuable? It's like a big budget theatrical movie that could like cost them millions of dollars, It's about growing the platform.
I think they're going to cut ties with a lot of stuff just because it's not theirs. They're not going to want to inherit someone else's ideas. I mean, that's just, the long and short of when these mergers happen. The new guy doesn't want. It's like football. It's like a lot of times when you have a football team and a new coach, the coordinators, he brings his own coordinators, he brings his own special teams coach, he brings his own people because he has his own vision of the way he wants to run things. So a lot of the stuff that's happening, I don't think is going to happen.
So when looking at a story like this, would you guys say that this is evidence that fans need to be hired in these positions of power when making movies like these, or like what's the takeaway from this?
It tells you that fans are fans. I mean, listen, I'm a fan, but I don't know the nuts and bolts of movie making. And fans are allowed to be emotional and make decisions and aspirations off of emotion and what they like and don't like. When you're spending somebody else's money and somebody's investment, you got to really know what's under the hood a lot more.
But I just don't understand how they could look at a scene like that and say, "Nah, we don't like this. It's not good. We don't understand."
Because they don't have the right people.
Like,
you have you have Walter Hamada and you have Toby Emmerich, but you don't have Jim Lee. See, if Jim Lee is sitting in the room when this conversation is happening and he actually has some clout as far as, being in the passenger seat with the filmmaker and the production studio, then this doesn't happen. This doesn't, because you're talking to Jim Lee. You would be explaining to Jim Lee, who's not going to need an explanation. Instead, you have somebody in that position who needs to have this explained to you. The fact that this even needed to be explained is your problem. Because you had a stuffed suit in there instead of an IP guy.
Well, I'm looking at this article, and this comes from the Grace Randolph interview with some of the visual effects people behind the Snyder Cut and stuff. They were actually talking and saying that they were kind of done with the DCEU until they saw the script for the Flash movie, and it got them excited. So is that kind of a vote of confidence for that movie? Do you guys think?
Yeah, Muschietti doesn't give a rat's ass about the former regime. He's going to do basically what Zack Snyder did with Zack Snyder's Justice League. He's going to put as much of what he wants in there as possible. And if it ends up on the cutting room floor, it does it. But he's going to do his movie. And it sounds like his movie is in line with what we like to see, as far as Snyder.
Yeah, that's a positive thing for me.
That's real positive. And his movie is going to get released closer and closer to a new regime taking power. So any people who are going to put up, this is hilarious, people who are going to put up resistance to Muschietti, a lot of those people are going to be looking for new jobs and their golden parachutes. So he's not going to have to fight against the wind to get his stuff done. These guys are scrambling and get out, to go on to their next jobs. Yeah. So he's got that confidence, the fact that these guys are all talking his ass off at this moment. They're speaking their mind. When Zack Snyder said "suck it, Warner Brothers," he knows that regime is done. He's talking his ass off.
That and I think he just doesn't care at this point. It's like whatever happens, I'm out with the former regime. I don't care what they think at this point.
Yeah, exactly. But that new regime, though, boy, this is gonna be a nice stretch of all a period. Everything that they've done.
Yeah. Should you see that part of the interview with Grace Randolph with the visual effects people, where they were talking about how they were excited about the Flash script that they got, because it made them excited to work on the DCEU again?
Yeah, I saw that.
Is that like a positive thing, or
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I'm really taking a wait and see approach with that whole movie.
No, I agree. I'm just saying it like kind of dispelled like some concern. I'm still a little pessimistic, but
no, I'll be honest with you. Nothing is going to dispel any concern for me with that film, just because I can't trust anything that I hear. To be honest with you, it doesn't really matter who says something to me about that film, because who knows what that film is going to end up being, or what it's going to actually look like. And listen, everybody who works on something is going to tell you how awesome it was, and how amazing it was. But we all know, hearing from Ray Fisher himself, that when they all did the press tour for Justice League, Ray Fisher himself said, it was great working with him, and he really knew the stuff and everything. And then here we are 4 years later, and Ray came out and said, look, I want to forcefully retract that statement, and that basically that was a talking point that the studio gave them, that they had to say that. So I
think the shadow of new leadership that that situation's a little bit different because you were literally locked in the jaws of the bonehead regime. These guys are literally, like I said, their focus isn't on getting bonuses and maintaining power. Their focus is on A, am I even going to be with this company? And B, is where can I go next? I think a lot of the filmmakers that are doing things now are going to have a really nice window of freedom that they ain't going to have to really worry about a lot of things because, like I said, there's the guys who are really causing all these problems are on their way out, and they don't have the long-term effect. And when is Flash released?
I believe it's November 2022.
Okay, so we're pretty much cutting the ribbons on a new company by then, and you're doing it now. Like I said, all these decisions that are going to be made from this point on, they're not Warner Brothers decisions anymore. These are Zaslav's decisions. And that Flash movie, you got to believe that they're looking at that as something that they're going to be inheriting as they come in. Well, you better be damned that they're going to be.
Well, with the Flash movie, then, here's a question. So, let's say the Discovery merger gets completed by like July. Let's say like there's no issues with the government, they approve it, everything goes through, and
which is going to happen.
Summer, right? How much change could they make to that Flash movie by the release date in November? If they want to make changes or like do stuff to where it's like it doesn't like erase the Snyderverse or anything like that.
They're not going to wait till July. Like I said, decisions are being made now by those guys. They know exactly. They know. They're
already preparing for day one when they take over. They already know what their agenda is going to be the moment they get the power to do something.
Yeah, they're in the cockpit. The other pilot with the other airline, he's in there right now. But the other pilot sitting next to him saying, "Move the joystick that way, or pull up this way." The people who are making the decisions right now are the people who have offered up $46 billion for the company. They're not going to wait and jump out of the plane and be like, "Wow, we just made this purchase. Now what do we do?" Hell no, they're making those decisions now.
Yeah, I hope so.
They're affecting these movies now, and then if you're Andy Muschietti or anybody who's making a movie right now, you know that you can go around these guys. When your movie's getting released in 2022, literally it's going to be a different company. So you have somebody you can literally basically not manipulate, but you have another voice you can go to if you have some issues. Warner Brothers management isn't the end-all be-all things. I mean, one of those guys has a Discovery person's contact. They're probably on a BCC right now on any of these emails, if not all of these emails. So I like I said, this is different than 4 years ago. We were hopelessly entrenched in the Ishihara and the Hamada and the whatever the hell regime, and with no way out. We have a way out now. So I would say that one of the movies that's going to be affected is Flash because it's in production while the merger is happening. The only movie I think that won't be touched by it is Black Adam because that's The Rock, and that was
also the Batman because that comes out in March.
Yeah, and that's done. That's already done.
Yeah.
But as far as other projects goes, I mean, restoring the Snyderverse, all this stuff, your odds infinite.
Well, basically anything that doesn't start filming and getting into production now, it's basically like on the table.
Yeah, but exactly.
Yeah,
but all these
up for
ideas,
grabs.
Any ideas you hear about, like they're gonna put Booster Gold or wherever somebody said we're gonna do, don't believe it. Don't believe it. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. There's all these ideas can come up, but they're going to be ideas. Then they're going to get scrapped. They're going to be the trench, So so if they have the October the Fandom, I'm not going to believe anything that comes out of Fandom if it's coming from the current regime. But now one thing I would like to see is somebody from Discovery come on DC Fandom and like, hey, you know what? This is what we got going on. You know what?
Yeah.
Or something like that. But like I said. None of the ideas that are coming out of the current regime either they don't matter. They're not going to happen.
The future.
Yeah, it's be happy. Be happy that
Does anybody know about this? Peter Rabbit's Defender 99 Super Chat says, guys, thoughts on David O. Russell, please. Twitter just blew up because of Taylor Swift joining his new movie. He has a longer history as an abuser like Joss Whedon, and he's still not getting Me Too.
Grace, I heard about that somewhere. I don't know the details.
I have no idea what that is.
I can kind of comment on this. David O. Russell's a pretty popular filmmaker. He did like American Hustle. I think he did The Fighter with Christian Bale and a couple other movies.
Oh, that was a good movie.
Oh yeah, he did Silver Linings Playbook, Joy. He's in like a ton of movies, but
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
His new movie's coming out. It's going to start filming. It's got Margot Robbie, Anya Taylor-Joy, Taylor Swift. Who else is in it?
Oh, that's a stack cast.
Christian Bale, John David Washington, Rami Malek, Robert De Niro, Mike Myers, Timothy Olyphant, Chris Rock. Big movie coming out. Yeah. There's been some accusations thrown his way, but it seems like it's not really deterred his career or what he's doing with this movie. So I don't know. I think it was like sexual misconduct stuff that he got accused of. So
wow, damn it! Why can't these guys? Never mind.
Yeah. It was.
Why is it so hard?
Control yourselves, gentlemen.
Well, we're dealing with some of the most attractive females on the planet. You know.
I can kind of.
I can kind of see some of it.
Yeah.
You're a millionaire, billionaire. Do you have to force yourself on the one that doesn't want you?
Control yourself.
Yeah. Well, no. Apparently,
Control
the issues
yourself.
with it.
Exactly.
In December 2011, he had a 19-year-old transgender niece that filed
the groping
against him. Yeah. So.
Hey, on that note, I gotta go, guys, because I got another meeting in like 7 hours. Wow.
Oh shit.
Have fun. You're wrong about the John Byrne era, Enosh, but that's
you're totally wrong, bro.
Okay to be wrong.
I know. So you should just admit when you're wrong. You should just admit when you're wrong and just be done with it. I mean,
And when you come to Vegas, you're gonna leave with a crate of all this stuff that you couldn't get in Michigan because I got it.
Well, I'll take it. I mean, you're just gonna leave making train noises.
That poor guy.
I'll just trade it for half the toys I'm taking when I get to
Which, by the way, William, I want to make sure that you are aware that these two guys, Brian Master Nunn and RJ, did a phenomenal job the other night playing Jeopardy, and they basically they both simultaneously set the record for highest amount of points ever in a game here.
I believe my final score was
Brian, though? Which Brian did that?
Yeah, I mean RJ scored 19,000.
I'll be back on screen.
Yeah,
19,000 points, man.
What?
So you may have won. You may have won a couple of games, and I give you that. You've won 3 games, so you're our current champion. But these guys are starting a whole other bracket because you've been dodging them lately, and RJ.
I'm working on something that I'll go into later on. That's really kind of
RJ put on a clinic. I'm just telling you, RJ put on a clinic, and Brian scored all the rest of. Actually, everybody who played that night scored. It was actually nice to see everybody do it. But Brian was kind of frustrated because Brian also would you end up with almost 9,000 points?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it was a mathematical.
What about Final Jeopardy? Because that's where you gave up the cow.
No, I always bet it.
I bet everything. I bet all the points I had. That's why I got 19.
So you learned after those last couple of times.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, mathematically, RJ didn't need to risk anything because he was so far ahead, but he ended up risking all anyway so that nobody could give him any guff about it.
Okay, I was in a close third. I'm kidding. No, I wasn't.
So I left my impression on the game, even though I wasn't there. That's good to hear.
Can I just say real quick how much every time I'm looking at Saggy right now, all I can think of is Kentucky Fried Chicken.
First of all, that would be Wendy's, bro. How would you what?
Oh, because of the mask.
The colors and everything just remind me of the Colonel Sanders thing. It looks like you look like Colonel Sanders in that picture.
Buy my chicken.
Oh no!
It's
Boston Fried Chicken. I don't know.
The chicken's coming. The saggy chicken's coming soon, y'all.
General's Fried Chicken.
See you later, William. I know you've been really busy.
We'll see you later, William. We love you, buddy.
See you, William.
We love you, man.
All right. Since William's going, I feel like him not being here is very upsetting. So, the spirit of William will forever be here.
No.
I don't want to see this.
What's coming?
I don't want to see this still.
What's coming? What's coming?
Oh boy!
What? It's the spirit of William. He's gonna be here for the whole rest of the stream.
That's a great photo. That is a great photo.
That is awesome.
Oh man,
that is awesome.
I love that.
Can we blow it? Can we blow it up? Thank you. Look at that.
Now William is here.
You gotta send that to William and say this is what you left to.
He didn't leave. He's still here in spirit.
So William and I can go back and forth. They're gonna be like, William, you're absolutely wrong on John Byrne's run of Superman in the 80s. And if you agree with me, please just silently stare at the camera and point your finger.
Yep.
That's exactly what I thought, William. It's exactly what I thought. And if you know that you've been dodging all these guys here for Jeopardy for the last couple of weeks, then same thing. Just stare off camera and point off camera. Yep.
I mean,
there you go.
I was calling them out in my answers on last Jeopardy. Number of excuses William gets to avoid Jeopardy.
William Earth 89.
Oh my god!
Multiverse of Williams.
So here's one for you, RJ, because I know that you're the local Marvel simp.
Marvel shill.
Hey, I take that. I resent that.
First of all, he's not the only Marvel fan here. Like, you guys gotta start acknowledging your girl here, okay?
Sorry,
what do you mean?
William,
Yeah.
are you trying to say something, William?
Yeah, what you gotta say, William?
Superman
hot
sucks.
takes? Yeah, say you ain't here. We got William.
I could never be William. William's just way too intellectual for me to even try to mimic. It just wouldn't work.
William is the Conor McGregor of Jeopardy.
That is so
Refuses
true.
to defend his title.
Oh, that's great. That's great. No, he just moves on to go take other ones and then leaves and then can't retain them or get them back.
Oh my god!
Oh man,
Peter Rabbit's Defender. Hey man, like I wish I knew more about this story. I mean, like I really don't know much about David or Russell. I don't know his history.
Yeah,
I wish I knew more, man, because I appreciate the super chat for sure. But I just don't know enough about that.
He got accused of something really bad. I mean, you can read up on it like off stream. It's pretty bad. I mean, he is still beloved in the industry, and he is getting this next big movie. It's a sucky thing. I understand why people are upset. It's like, well, if all these guys got,
is another Harvey Weinstein type thing.
Kinda came around the same time. I mean, here's the thing.
Lord.
It's like,
I thought I've instructed you better than this by now, Levon. Do not believe Doomcock. Doomcock is not going to give you the correct information.
His sources are great. What do you mean?
Enoch, he has a new video out. He says that the Batman's getting reshot and everything.
I know. And if he doesn't put out anything crazier, that'll be our 2 cents on nonsense for this coming Sunday, because that's absolute nonsense. Like seriously, going on and on about the Batman and acting like there's all these problems with it, and oh my god, they're having sex on the Batmobile, and Matt Reeves hates what absolutely loses me about that video. It's about the 5th time he makes a joke about Batman being sparkly. Like, that shows me right there that Doomcock doesn't know a blessed thing about Robert Pattinson. And you know what?
Ever?
Well, that's what I'm saying. But the thing is, it's like, and I thought about this while watching this video, because he's got his little puppet Harvey Cthulhu, right? And so I realized something because Doomcock in the video makes a joke about Robert Pattinson like 5 times about him being a sparkly Batman and all this stuff. Like, how can he hide if he's like sparkly and all this stuff? And it's like about the 4th time that he makes the same freaking joke over and over and over again, Harvey Cthulhu starts laughing and like kind of chimes in. Harvey's a puppet that Doomcock like manipulates. So literally I'm sitting there thinking about how the guy recorded this whole thing, and that he had to tell a freaking joke 4 times, and then finally his own little puppet thing acknowledges the joke, and so he's like having to put this whole thing together where he laughs at his own freaking joke, and then like thanks the freaking puppet that he laughed at his own freaking joke, and then they go on to say the joke one more time. Like, it's very sad, and it's not even entertaining humor. It's awful.
Is any of his content truly entertaining, or is it just like shake your head worthy content?
No,
Enosh makes it entertaining.
Oh yeah, Diana farting, doing ASMR.
Well, I make Doomcock's stuff more entertaining by what we do on.
That is very true.
Nonsense, but
very true.
Okay, does anybody remember what Reggie Jackson said after he got interviewed one time? He said, "I'm the straw that stirs the drink." You know what I mean? I'm the one that puts the butts in the seats. Okay, not me personally. I'm just saying.
I just think it's hilarious how he's trying to perpetuate those rumors that come from like 4chan. You know, the 4chan rumors.
Oh yeah,
it's like, come on,
nuts.
Oh man.
I guess Star Wars has become a dry spell of content for rumors. It's like let's move on to Robert
Kathleen
Pattinson.
Kennedy rumors.
Well,
apparently,
it's very popular to be, you know. I don't know if popular is the right word, but like, it's a thing, you know, to just be like edgy, you know, on the internet
Well,
these days.
That's one of the few times I've seen Doomcock get a negative response to his video on social media. Like a lot of people were talking about it because like people are super excited for this Batman movie. So it's interesting seeing people say this guy's a moron. Why do people watch him?
Look, I want to look. I want to see it too. I don't know if I'm convinced that he's going to be a great Bruce Wayne from the pictures I've seen, but you know what? Look, Doomcock also said that the trailer for the Batman sucked. So,
that was a really cool trailer.
What trailer did he watch?
Yeah, I don't know. That was an awesome trailer.
That trailer was amazing and fire and
Firewater.
It was all right. It was all right.
I'm excited to see it, but I'm not gonna really say anything like, "Oh, it's gonna be trashy. Oh, it's gonna suck. Oh, Robert Pattinson's not gonna be a great Batman. He's gonna be the worst." Until like
come on.
anyone
He is.
He is.
You guys see that scene?
I am vengeance.
I mean, come on.
I will stand by this till the day I die. Robert Pattinson would make a much better Nightwing or even a Terry McGinnis, but a Bruce Wayne, he is not.
Nightwing would be cool.
He is not a Bruce Wayne.
Say you didn't see the movie.
He is not a Bruce Wayne.
The movie hasn't come out yet. You can't even say that.
I'll agree with RJ
is
on this
not
one. We
a Bruce
just gotta
Wayne.
wait
No,
and
I'm
see,
not. No,
'cause-
Yeah, but hold on a second here. So Levon says, so at least, meaning Doomcock, he admits that it's not always going to be true and warns his audience many times, take it with a lot of salt. Okay, so first of all, the salt thing has become a huge joke around here. I mean, so much so that we've got little things that we got the salt shaker here. If I can bring up the salt shaker, like we bring up the salt shaker quite a bit over here because like he's full of salt and like, okay, but here's the thing. Warning people that it's probably not true, but then portraying it like it is true and using it as some kind of ammunition that pop culture has gotten away, you know, with all this evil and, you know, that they're somehow saving it and all this junk like that. That's a bunch of BS. That's not you're instilling something. He's instilling something, I should say, in people and trying to get a response out of people. And
stand with some pride and actually take responsibility for what you're putting out there.
Yeah,
The
rumor thing is like he will say stuff as if it's true, but then throw out the rumor thing so that, you know, like, oh, well, if it doesn't happen, no one can hold me accountable for it. You can't hold me accountable for saying something was going to happen. Which, and look, the guy's already been caught on 4chan, like was just mentioned a couple minutes ago, where like literally people left fake news on 4chan.
Like they
like
do.
that, like that's why I still don't understand how people even like look at Doomcock and think anything other than idiotic shill who is like lying to people, because literally people put out on 4chan fake rumors about Star Trek
all the time,
trying to literally bait him. Literally, they put it out there for Doomcock, and Doomcock took the bait.
He always
and
does.
then they outed him, showing that it was a lie. And somehow people still were like, "Oh, but yeah, no, we still like Doomcock." And it's like,
he ate the freaking meat.
Come on. Exactly. You never eat the meat.
Yeah.
It is old news about Doomcock. You're absolutely right. Stulio or Hans. Okay,
yeah,
Hans. But you're absolutely right, Hans. And that's my point, is like, why haven't people woken up to that point when it's an old point?
Because they're old, Enosh. Give them a break.
No, I think this is because they like what he says, even if it's not true, because it placates to what they want to believe. That makes sense.
Yeah. So if it's something that you want to be true, you'll excuse it all day long.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Also, I want to clarify. I'm not saying that Robert Pattinson can't play Batman.
I'm sorry to cut you off, Peggy,
saying-
but it's not Patterson, it's Pattinson.
Pattinson, whatever.
Saggy.
Okay, regardless of
Right,
which. Oh my god, I hate all y'all right now.
I'm very disappointed right now. Very disappointed.
But go ahead, continue your point.
No, I'm done. You ruined it for me. But no, I'm not saying he can't play Batman. I think he's a decent actor, but however, I think as far as his looks and his age, I think he has a better look for a Nightwing, which I would love to see because we haven't seen Nightwing in a good live action.
He doesn't look like Dick Grayson at all.
He can look like Dick Grayson, but he can also be Terry McGinnis. I would love because
I'm
really
just saying,
want to see
someone
Batman
mentioned
Beyond
that
movie.
before, like this whole judging someone, like and saying, "Oh, they'd be better at this." We did this with Affleck, we did this with Ledger, we did this with Christian Bale. Just wait until the movie comes out and let's see.
First of all, the reason why I was skeptical of Affleck because of Daredevil, but that wasn't his fault.
Yeah,
So
but
I won't-
still, it's like, you know.
Right, but I'm saying that people can sit there and see an actor, see what they've done before, and base that assumption, and that's fair. Like if you've seen him in Twilight and you're just like, oh, I don't think he's gonna be like that. I don't think that's fair because Twilight's a completely different genre than a superhero film. I've seen him in that what is it that movie that they did, the first one that came out during the pandemic. He was in that movie. Crap, what was it? I forgot
Oh yeah, I can't remember. Which one.
Is it with Tom Holland?
No. It's it's with
he's in that
the
one.
what was the guy's name? It was like a weird action like cop
Was it
type
medieval?
thing.
Tenet.
Yeah, that thing. So
I'm just thinking of so many
when I saw him in Tenet, I didn't even recognize him. I was like, is that Robert? I was like, holy crap, that's Robert. And then I'm like, I can see that his acting has improved. Like I was like shocked. I was like, he was really good in Tenet. So I'm not saying he can't be Batman. I just think that number one, I want to see a Batman Beyond live action film. I think we need to see one.
No, I 100% agree
and
with
I
you on
think that Robert would be perfect, literally perfect for the role of Terry McGinnis because he's young, he has that look, but he doesn't sell me as a Bruce Wayne. Like I'm sure, like I said, I'm gonna go into it skeptical like I usually do, but if he's good, he's good. But I still would prefer him to be Terry McGinnis. He if I can see him in the future bat suit and talking to Michael Keaton, and it would just be a great movie. And I don't know why they don't we don't. I'm sorry, I love y'all, but I don't want another Batman movie, not another Bruce Wayne Batman movie. Yeah, it is too bad. It is too bad.
You're gonna like it.
Yeah, I mean it's happening. I mean,
I know it's happening, it's just like Blue Beetle's happening, but I understand.
It's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing, but
I want to see the thing.
Right, and I want to see that thing. I want to see his thing.
Well, we figured that. I mean,
you know who did see his thing? That woman he got freaky with in the Batmobile. I'm just saying.
Zoe Kravitz got to see his thing.
I got to see a lot of his things.
No, anyways, the thing about it is you guys are all wrong. Okay, when they finally break down and make.
Hold on, I'll allow it.
No.
Ryan has earned his voice.
Well, you got to stick and move. I was telling Eddie earlier. It's like no, you say what you're gonna say, and you get back and you gotta chill, and you come back and you say something. But anyways, point. No, he'll always be Cedric Diggory to me.
Okay. You know what?
And if they finally break down and make that movie, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Oh.
Listen, I didn't like Tenet. It bored me.
I was trying to say that with a straight face.
I did not like Tenet. It bored the crap out of me. But Robert was actually good in that movie, and I'll give that to him.
Wasn't he in Inception?
Yeah. No.
He's been in Tenet.
Nolan guy.
Yeah, Tenet is the Nolan movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not dunking on him thinking that he would be a bad Bruce Wayne. I just would rather see him as Terry McGinnis.
I think there's a lot of bent millennials that hated Twilight.
No, that's exactly what it is.
Well, because it's like they had to like it for their girl to talk to their girlfriends.
Well, look what happened to Taylor.
Now they're
Lautner.
angry.
Look what what happened to Taylor Lautner. Like he did Twilight, and his career was just done.
And Kirsten Stewart's trying to make a comeback, but I don't know.
But I mean, like Robert did good. I did, like I said, I liked him in Tenet. When I saw him, I didn't recognize him. I was like, oh my god, that's Robert. Look at him, he's doing well. He's good in this movie. I liked his acting. But like I said, when it comes to Batman, I'm over it. Like, I'm so over all the reboots.
Well, I'm over an origin movie. I'm over like that.
Well, it's not an origin movie.
I'm
Right.
down for like a team up.
It's a year 2 movie though, Brian. It's not an origin movie.
Well, I get you. But I'm at the point with Batman. I want to see a team up. You know, let's see him with the Flash.
I'm over.
Let's see him work with like Cyborg or something.
Right.
Like that.
I'm
You know what I mean?
kind of done with the standalone Batman, Superman movies. Like especially when they redo them. It's like, how many times do we have to redo Batman? How many times do we have to see the same story?
We're still gonna watch Pearls fall in the credits.
Well, I'm just saying, if it's a good movie,
I'm not saying it's not a good movie. I'm saying, a good movie aside, can we get something new? Yes. Like, I'm very tired of seeing.
Well, that's why you're getting Blue Beetle and Batgirl. You're getting some new characters.
But I want there are so many different versions of Batman, right? The multiverse exists. There's so many different versions of Batman. Why are we still focusing on the same freaking one? He has the same story in almost every single
Well, you've never
movie.
seen a detective story before in a Batman movie.
Exactly. But I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. We haven't seen all of the other versions of Batman. If they wanted to make more Batman and Superman movies, can we get the alternate versions of them at least?
Thomas Wayne.
Right.
Let's make it happen.
Like Thomas Wayne as Batman, like the Joker being his wife. Like, come on now. Like, can we get some? There's so many amazing stories out there.
Harley Quinn being Joker's daughter.
Right. Like, there's so many stories.
No, we don't want that one. We don't want
Good romance to come into the anti-life. You know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's anything wrong asking for all of these other stories to come to the big screen.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I mean,
no, I'm kidding.
I'm just saying, like, for me personally, I like the Batman next year is probably my most anticipated movie next year. So it's
Like,
I feel differently about it.
Can we get a Red Hood movie?
More
like
Leto.
anything.
I would like
Here's the thing,
yeah.
though, Say, well, hold on. Say, what if this Batman movie hits off the ground? They actually do spinoffs. Like, you could get a Red Hood movie in that universe. You don't know.
Who knows?
I mean, you got like if it's successful, they could actually like build off that universe.
But
and do
I'm
that.
tired of seeing the old. Oh my God, Bruce Wayne's parents died, and now
That's
he's a
not what the movie- that's
vigilante.
not
Oh
what the
my
movie died?
God.
That's not what the movie's about,
Oh
though.
my God, how many times do we
when?
have to see the friggin' pearls friggin'
Well,
drop on the
hold
ground?
though. Hold on. It's
I'm
not an
tired of
origin
it.
movie. It's not what
I
it's
don't care if
about.
it's on an origin movie. It's the same Batman. It is the same Batman. What is Robert's Batman gonna do that's different than any other Batman?
He's gonna have pointy ears that look stupid.
It's
Oh,
a murder.
yeah.
No,
have a
hold on.
bad
It's,
cowl.
it's a murder mystery movie.
So let's see if we had a
okay.
universe. Let's be. I think exactly what I object is saying here. Okay.
I object.
Order in the court.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
But,
So
no. But no, basically, I get where she's coming from. Can we have a universe where his parents are still alive and so is he?
Nobody wants that.
Yeah. We like
Well,
orphans.
No,
why
we can't.
not?
We can't. Well, no, we
I'm just
can't.
saying,
we
like-
we
Support
can't.
orphans.
We actually can't because that's what inspires him to become Batman.
But no, I mean, what if he becomes Batman through other means?
Ooh.
He won't.
But
I'm
my
just saying.
You never know.
I'm
The
just saying.
multiverse.
You want to see something new. You want to see the multiverse. What if there is a multiverse that doesn't have a Batman, or it doesn't have the circumstances that led to Batman being Batman that we know of? Like maybe give us a different origin story as to why he becomes Batman.
Right, or like Han said, a Nightmare
I mean, I know
trilogy.
it sounds weird and out there in left field, but like,
But this is what I'm saying. There's so many different stories to tell in the Batman story that is literally not been touched on in live action adaptations. It's been touched on in animation. It's been they've had little animation movies based on some of these stories, but like these are stories that would be amazing on the in a live action movie experience. Like I want to see the Red Hood story in live action. I want to see Batman Beyond. I want to see The Killing Joke. I want to see all these amazing stories that have been told, but retold it with a live action audience. Things that they should be doing aside from rebooting and remaking the Batman or Superman over and over and over again, just putting a different guy in the freaking suit. If you're going to put a different man in the suit, have it be a different story. I'm so tired of them casting the same different actors to play the same freaking character in every single movie he is the same with what one minor difference. Oh, this movie he's just he's a detective.
I would disagree with that because
I object.
Well, I would disagree with what you're saying because each Batman that we've gotten has been absolutely different. And the same thing with Superman. Every actor that we've had play Superman has played absolutely a different character. I mean, you got all the way back to George Reeves played a 1950s Superman who was a beer-bellied, kind of barrel-chested guy who was a confident Clark Kent, and all that stuff. And then you had Christopher Reeve play him live action as more of the it was pretty much a made up thing for that movie, but Clark Kent as being this dorky guy who had this facade that he was putting on or whatever, and Superman was this very confident person, whatever, but it was very comic booky, even though it wasn't based on comic book stuff per se. But you had that, and then you had Dean Cain, who played a completely different version of Superman that was more in line with the comics at the time, which was more grounded and more centered around Clark as being the real person. Then you had Smallville, which was 10 years of Clark Kent learning from the time he was 15 to the time he's 25, learning about his powers, learning about his origins, learning about who he was, and it's spaced out. You can love it or hate it or whatever, but it honestly, I mean, it is what it is, and I love it as a whole, even though there's some things that I would change about it, but it is what it is. And then you have, by that time, you have Brandon Routh, who, even though he's touted as playing the Christopher Reeve Superman in Superman Returns, he's not. He's not confident at all, like Christopher Reeve Superman was. He's unsure of himself. He's bewildered at everything. He doesn't hardly talk at all. And he just kind of fumbles his way through as an unconfident Superman who is dealing with issues. And then you have Henry Cavill, who literally comes in, and he is the epitome of what Superman looks like in the comics by being as ripped as he is, as being as large as he is, and he plays
sexy.
And he plays a Superman who is learning about who he is and having to deal with real life issues like we've never seen before in any iteration of Superman. And then if you want to go the Batman route, I mean, you got 1960s Batman, which is complete. It's tongue in cheek. It's literally silly.
Basically, the Silver Age comics,
right?
For the case of being silly, and then you have 89 Batman. 89, and Michael Keaton Batman was a different take on that. And then even within that same universe, even though it's supposed to be kind of in the same universe. Val Kilmer's Batman is actually kind of different from Michael Keaton's Batman. It's more.
They even did another origin story in that movie too.
But no, what I'm saying,
and then George Clooney is just horrible. And then look at Batman Begins. Batman Begins though then tells a completely different story, where Batman Begins is like an actual origin story that tells how a billionaire could actually do something like this, which is a story that's never been told before. And then you have Affleck's version of Batman that is an older. Yeah, that's an older version of Batman who has seen stuff and been through the ringer, and so I would argue that even though we have different people playing him, it's not just been subtle changes or like the same character over and over again.
It all feels the same. It's the same story to me. It's
the same character. It's the same character. That's what I'm saying. So what do you want it to be?
I want it to be different from. There's so many different stories, right? As you said, there are different stories. Like I mentioned, there's a story of the future. There's a story of the past. There's the Red Hood. There's Nightwing's origins. There's other characters too in that universe that have yet to be explored. Right now, they're focusing on what?
But you have to have a Batman set in that world to be able to tell that story.
Gotham made it work.
No, it didn't.
I liked Gotham. Gotham was great because it wasn't an actual Batman in that world. It was just a little Bruce Wayne. He was annoying, but it was still no Batman. No Batman. It was mostly focused on the people in Gotham City, the villains, Gordon, and just like, you know, their origins. You know, it was a different take, but I loved it because it was different. There was no Batman established in that universe. He was a kid. And to be honest, I liked his origin story, the way they did his story, much better because they focused on him being a child and growing up and how he actually did become Batman, because before he became Batman, he was still a little vigilante. You know, and he wasn't even Batman at that point. And that's why I liked it and why it worked for me, and I appreciated it because, again, it was a story that didn't have Batman. It was mostly about the other people.
But then you don't want a Batman movie. You can't take Batman out of it and then say, I want a Batman movie. I just want it to be different, because what are you going to do?
Batman movie.
What are you going to do with But you can't have a different Batman movie. It's still going to be Batman, so you still have to establish
Bruce
it.
Wayne was there. He was there.
Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
I've danced with.
I've just been like rubbing off on people all these bad takes.
Don't you listen? Don't you?
It's something I say of all my prey.
Yeah,
don't you compare your bad takes to mine?
I don't know. Saying
it's a wild
you
night
can't,
with
like,
bad
do a
takes
Batman
today.
movie about Batman and Gotham.
I think that's
pretty
contagious
bad.
tonight. It's contagious.
Don't you compare your At least I know Batman kills. Don't even go there. At least my Batman movie I want. I
Okay,
know.
but here's the deal, Hans. But okay. But I'm listening to Saggy say, well, I want something different. But yes, she's not defining what that is. And at the end of the day, you're still going to have Batman. So the thing is you can't just introduce and go, hey, here's Brian as Batman. Oh, and by the way, Brian's not going to matter in his own movie, because we're going to go ahead and tell the story of literally everybody else. We're going to tell the story of the Bat family. So, hey, here's Red Hood out of nowhere with no backstory, no setup whatsoever. And Brian's your new Batman, but he doesn't really matter now to the story, because we're not going to tell that story about Batman again.
Okay,
we're going to establish that he has a Bat family that came out of nowhere because like nobody was looking, and like somebody fed Brian after midnight. Somebody fed Batman Brian after midnight and
I
then
got the
poured
acid
water on him.
reflux.
So you're telling
Poured
me
water on him, and now he's like got a whole Bat family.
So you're telling me that they can't do a Batman movie where it sets up for the Red Hood?
You can, but have to have Batman in it.
You can, but you would lose everybody on that. Look, diehards are going to go. Diehards are going to go. Okay, yeah, I understand what this is, but the thing is Batman. Batman is the center of what your story is. So if you make Batman irrelevant, well, then don't even have Batman in the movie.
I'd be afraid I wouldn't be able to get out of the costume.
Well, that's why I'm excited for this match.
Just make sure that they put a zipper in it, man, for you, so you can pee.
Well,
bat nipples.
That's why I'm excited for this Matt Reeves movie.
Huge ones.
I think
like
the
Madonna.
Matt Reeves movie this trilogy is going to open up the door for stuff like a Red Hood, like a Nightwing, like a Batgirl, Bat Family.
But that's all I'm saying
it
is
open
like
the door for that. And for
that's
the
what I'm
sequels.
saying. I'm not saying not have Batman in there.
But you
I'm just
can't
saying,
do that with Ben Affleck.
Well, I'm right. That's what I'm saying. Like, you could do that with Ben Affleck. That's why I was saying, like, overall, I do want to see something different. Like, have a setup movie for other things. Like I said, I'm gonna still advocate. I need them before I die on this planet. I need them to make a Batman Beyond movie. I just want to see it. I just want to see it. We have the technology now. We can do it.
No, I agree with you, Sagan. They should do Batman Beyond, but they don't want to for no reason. I don't know why.
Right. I don't know why they would dig. If Michael Keaton, if they came to Michael Keaton and said, hey, we're going to do a Batman Beyond movie. We need you to be old Bruce. I guarantee you he'd sign on for that. 100%. He'd be like, hell yeah, that sounds good because it makes sense. Classic Michael Keaton coming back as Batman, introducing a new Batman. That'd be cool. And having him be present as well, because we all know that old Bruce was still pretty much involved with still being low-key Batman, but he just was too old to actually do the grunt work. So I would love to see it. I would love to see Robert Pattinson as Terry McGinnis and Michael Keaton come back as old Bruce. That would make my life, and I would die happy.
I would have been happy with like a Gilbert Godfrey Batman.
You know what? Here's the thing. You know what? You're seeing that right now on Titans. That's exactly what you're seeing right now on Titans. You're seeing a Batman who's in and out. You don't get a lot of his backstory. You don't get a lot of what he's been through or whatever, yet you're seeing all the characters around him. So actually, Saggy, what you're asking for is already on Titans, because you're getting Red Hood. You got Dick Grayson's
Oracle's coming,
Nightwing.
apparently.
You got the entire freaking Teen Titans. You got everybody else, all the Bat family characters that you're asking for. That's already being done. It's already being done.
Massive thing.
Batman Beyond.
So go watch Titans when it comes out in season 3 this year.
By the way, I didn't say I'm tired of seeing Bruce Wayne. I'm tired of seeing the same Bruce Wayne.
No,
And
I
feel
get it
like,
though.
I
You're tired of seeing the pearls drop. I mean,
I'm tired of seeing the pearls drop.
Thing.
That's what I'm saying. I'm tired of seeing the pearls drop. I'm not saying I'm tired of Bruce Wayne. I love Bruce Wayne. Trust me. If Bruce Wayne was real, I'd be all over that.
Love Bruce Wayne. Of course.
I love Bruce Wayne.
But
But no,
I mean, like, it's like there's different iterations of the Superman comic where like Ma and Pa Kent are still alive. You know what I mean? So
right,
it's
but
like,
right, and that's what I'm saying. Like when I said I want to see a different,
that's a little different though, because that doesn't make Superman who he is.
I know Superman.
So I think that's where I probably misspoke or maybe confused myself and the audience, because I'm not saying I don't want to see Bruce Wayne in a Batman movie. That's not at all what I'm saying. I just don't want to see the same origin. Same thing with Spider-Man. Like I can't stand seeing the same stories, like the same origin.
Well, you know what's great about that then, Saggy? Because that's a great segue into our next story. Because you know what?
Yeah.
Because you know what? Sony's boss said that, you know what? When you watch Venom 2, don't worry. Don't worry, because you won't even miss Spider-Man after watching the sequel.
I didn't miss.
There's your hope. There's your hope right there for Spider-Man appearing in this because he ain't gonna.
Be happy now.
This is interesting. Since Sony Pictures and Marvel Studios began collaborating on the Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland, it has always been a big question mark how the films like Venom and its upcoming sequel relate to those projects. Fans have long questioned if these Sony-produced movies, which have no involvement with Kevin Feige or Marvel Studios, there's some kind of connection, but they haven't revealed that yet.
I didn't expect that.
You gotta wait till Morbius to see.
Yeah, are they related in some way? And the trailer for Morbius seemed to allude to this in a big way. So despite all these calls for connectivity, Sony Pictures Motion Picture Group president Sanford Panich.
What a great
Panich Sanford Panich says after you see Venom, let there be carnage. You won't be asking for Spider-Man to be swinging into these movies.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't expect Spider-Man to be in this one at all either, considering it was mostly supposed to be about Venom and Carnage fighting. So, yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, but have you ever watched? Hold on. Have you ever read that comic?
I haven't read the comic, but I am a fan of Carnage Venom through the 90s cartoon.
Well, we all know through the history of Spider-Man, okay, guys, that Spider-Man had the symbiote first. Okay, guys?
He got it during a big crossover.
He got it before.
Yeah, he had, and the symbiote wanted him.
Eddie Brock was on the East Coast, okay? Not in San Francisco. It makes no sense.
Hashtag not my Venom.
Hashtag not my Venom.
Question is, will we see like the full-fledged Carnage or kind of like a dumbed-down Carnage?
We're going to see a dumbed-down Carnage at this
You're
point.
getting Carnage. I mean, it's going to be PG-13 Carnage.
Are you? PG-13 Carnage, huh? Okay.
He's not PG-13, though.
He's worked in PG-13 games before.
Don't sell my man hair. Don't sell Woody Harrelson short, brother.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got a great actor. So...
I don't know. I heard people that like him as Carnage. I like him as Carnage.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
Well, the thing is,
I like Carnage. And, I think it's gonna be really good.
Can't tell if sarcasm or
Bill.
Is he having another stroke again?
Stroke or something.
Yeah, is he having another stroke?
No, but here's the interesting thing about this though. Like he did mention, he did say something like, "Well, he said after No Way Home comes out, you'll understand our plans a little better." And that's like they're kind of teasing, like, yeah, Tom Holland is going to cross over at some point. It's not right now.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to see Venom come into the Tom Holland Spider-Man, but this Venom, I don't think so. I want them to like redo what they did the first time when it was Topher Grace. Can we please reboot that Venom?
All right. Thank you for coming on the show, Saggy. I think we're done.
Yeah.
It's great having you here. You guys like Topher Grace's Venom?
No.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like Topher Grace's Venom.
No, you said you're gonna reboot it, like reboot
No,
Topher
like,
Grace's Venom. That's what you can do.
No, I'm rebooting it.
Improve
No.
upon it. Like,
yes,
like-
thank you. Approve upon it. It's 3:00 in the morning. I'm a little tired, but yes, that's what I meant. Like improve upon it. Thank you, Brian. Thank you for being my brain tonight. Thank you.
You can't improve upon that. You literally just have to put that in a paper bag, light it on fire, and throw
start from
it
scratch,
into the
like,
river.
yeah.
Like
You gotta start
that.
from scratch.
Yeah, there ain't no making that.
I still don't know how
Yeah.
they chose him as that for that role. I still
Oh,
I'm
it
sitting there
was
thinking,
dumb.
yeah, I'm sitting there thinking like he was great on that 70s
I
show,
don't
and
know.
that's.
I mean, the thing is, we gotta wait and see how this Venom movie does. What No Way Home looks like too.
What was Red Foreman's catchphrase in that movie? Dumbass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, that was an awful casting choice. When I saw him, I was like, okay, maybe he's
Big
gonna
swing
be...
and a miss.
Oh yeah, it was a huge swing and a miss. That's why I'm like, can we just like get a Venom
Well.
that's more accurate to the canon? Because even this Venom is not like I love it, but it's still just like it's
Rel says, guys, don't worry. Matt Reeves, the Batman, will make Carnage. Will make sure Carnage is legit.
I believe in Matt Reeves. I trust him.
About as far as I can throw him.
I just want the 90s cartoon version of Venom in live action. Can we do that? I want that.
I liked the first Venom movie. It wasn't perfect, but
No,
I liked it too. I liked it too. But listen. He said, listen to what he says here. He says, we don't really think of our 900 characters as the Spideyverse. Panich tells Variety in a new interview. We have a Marvel universe. The volume of characters we have, wait until you see this next Venom. You don't miss Spider-Man. The outlet claims he paused after this and added, it'll be exciting if they do meet, right? That playful coyness doesn't quite sell the idea that connectivity is even in the cards, though, despite Panich's insistence in the same talk that there's a plan with what they're doing, though he does claim Spider-Man No Way Home may make it a little more obvious. There actually is a plan, Panich added. I think now maybe it's getting a little more clear for people where we're headed, and I think when No Way Home comes out, even more will be revealed. Fans have long theorized, based on rumors and speculations, that the upcoming Spider-Man No Way Home will serve as a sort of live-action Spider-Verse. Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige previously confirmed that Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness will play right into No Way Home, opening up the door for alternate universe shenanigans.
Wait a minute.
Reports have previously indicated actors from previous versions of Spider-Man will return.
Soundy Andrew.
I have a theory. Is it possible if they do? Because if they're talking about possibly it'll all make sense once you see the new Spider-Man movie. Is it possible they're gonna like reverse this story where they meet and Venom's like, oh hey Spider-Man, and then we get the black Venom suit Spider-Man.
Oh, so we're getting Tobey Maguire, guys. You think we're gonna get Topher Grace back?
No,
Come
hell
on.
no.
No.
Well,
Multiverse of Madness, boys.
Listen to
the
the
girls.
rumors. Apparently,
No,
the
that's
Lizard
too much
from
madness.
Spider-Man 1's going to be in this one, so
I think
coming back.
if this is true, if what Enosh just read is true, I guarantee you they're gonna reverse this. They're gonna make it so when Venom shows up into Tom Holland's world, the symbiote suit's gonna choose him to be his host, and we're gonna get the black Spider-Man suit, the black Venom suit. I think that would be
Maybe.
I'd be on board with that.
Basically, just do the story backwards.
Right. Because they've done it before where they've done stories backwards, and I think that'd be actually pretty interesting to have.
I mean, it just makes common sense business wise to cross over Spider-Man and Venom. That's a big movie right there in and of itself.
Oh, yeah.
So
right,
when
but are
it
they
happens, I don't know.
Is Venom gonna be like the like funny like comic relief part when he takes over Spider-Man?
That's what's popular with the first Venom movie. I mean, we have to wait and see. I don't know.
I think it's going to be interesting to see Spider-Man interact with that symbiote suit. That's going to be really interesting. But I also kind of am sad because, they're introducing Carnage. It's like, I want to see Tom Holland take on Carnage.
I just don't like the way that this is worded to say, oh, don't wait. Just wait until you see our Venom 2. You won't even care about Spider-Man anymore. We're not a Spideyverse. We're a Marvel universe. Stop trying to be something. Oh my God.
Hold on. I think what they're trying to get
identity
at
crisis.
well, there's been standalone Venom comics before where Spider-Man is really not in them. I think what he's trying to do is say, hey, we think this movie's good enough as a standalone that you guys are going to really notice Spider-Man's missing, right? I think that's what he's trying to do.
We got that movie. We got that movie. It was called Venom 1.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, I think he's wording it terribly, but I think it's like the point he's trying to make. It's like, our story is good enough to be standalone. We have this own universe that we're crafting that can't stand alone without Spider-Man right now. But it opens the door for crossovers in the future if that's available to us.
I'll just say this: it's going to wear real thin real quick if they start introducing all these Spider-Man villains, and then you never get Spider-Man. Look, there's a reason why they're Spider-Man villains. Okay, this idea that you could just start introducing villains like left and right and having their own movies and stuff, and that you never have to have them fight the actual person, like that's going to wear thin. I got another story that I didn't even bring up tonight that I was going to put as like a main thing, but it's about Joker 2. Fans are talking about how they don't want Joker 2. It stands on its own. Let it stand on its own. We don't need multiple movies of the Joker doing stuff, not fighting Batman.
It's just a bonus. Like, okay,
I don't know for who. I don't know for who.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
that premise. Look, they did the premise of Joker really well in the first one, right? I still say that character doesn't necessarily have to be the Joker because it really doesn't make much sense.
Well,
that
that's why I'm
the
like
actual
so
Joker.
iffy on movies like Morbius and Craven's. Like,
But
Venom,
what I'm saying is that is a second movie of the Joker. Now you're extending the life of that premise, and I'm sorry, but I don't see a second movie in which he's able to play the Joker, and
it's just gonna ruin the first
that
one.
works.
Right.
It's gonna ruin the first one. It's gonna make the first one
just-
less than it was, and that's
Right. I have a question. Isn't Venom in the movie technically not really like a villain? Wouldn't he be like an anti-hero?
Yeah, he's an anti-hero.
So how would they introduce Venom as a villain for Spider-Man if he's technically in
I would
this
say
version
that
anti-hero?
A classic misunderstanding story where it's like they cross paths and like he's doing something that Spider-Man doesn't like or something. I mean, there's some ways they can get around.
Oh, I remember that story. Oh, that's right. It was called Maximum Carnage.
Fight me, Enosh.
Basically,
Maximum Carnage was just that. Was Spider-Man and Venom had to team up and get over their differences to take on freaking Carnage.
Yeah, but how are they going to do that now?
But
since
don't
Venom's
worry.
taking on Carnage?
Well, that's the thing, Saggy. This movie's going to be so good that you're not even going to miss Spider-Man.
I already missed Spider-Man.
Well, I mean, there's been stories like where Venom fought Carnage without Spider-Man there. I mean, that's what they should build towards, like them coming together to fight Carnage one last time and stop him for good. You know, that could be a great third Venom movie.
This is the introduction of Carnage. So my theory is he's not going to actually beat Carnage. Carnage is going to get away and then come back, and then Spider-Man him will have to team up and everything Enosh said.
All I know is I just want to see an X-Men movie. I don't care.
Yeah.
Gotta wait probably another 2 to 4 years for that, Brian. But I agree.
By the way, I just saw Dark. I just saw Dark Phoenix.
I'm back.
Oh, welcome back. I just saw Dark Phoenix, and yeah,
that movie's horrible.
Yeah, that's all I got.
I did not like it at all.
The last
I
act
fell
was
asleep the first
amazing. The train sequence was awesome. I don't give a crap what anyone says. That train sequence was dope.
And all that, by the way,
yeah, there's good parts, but as a whole, garbage.
Yeah, as a whole, I was kind of.
I want to see the original cut of that. Like, I want to see the Kinberg cut. You know, like the original.
Can we see the Matt Jarbo cut?
No, you can see the Matt Jarbo uncut.
Oh, jeez.
So it begins.
Learning stuff about Matt Jarbo that we didn't know that we ever.
Hey,
well, Matt,
it's 2:00.
Yeah, I gotta get to bed, fellas. And ladies.
Did I just come in and destroy the stream?
No.
I just popped in for a minute to say, hey, I was just gonna go play some PUBG before bed. So
there you go.
That's I know, but I think Spider-Man, whatever Sony's doing is gonna be very fascinating.
I think so too.
Sure.
I think it's concerning a little bit because I don't know how much longer they can go building these stories without Peter Parker Spider-Man there. But I mean, I would hope that they make it work. You know.
Well, I mean, the idea though is that, like, you know, they're trying to say they haven't said that they don't exist in the same world, But if the
They're
multiverse
very
opens
much
up,
trying to be MCU adjacent. Like it's
well, yeah, and we know that, like I keep saying, there's going to be like 2 parallel timelines, right? That are going to be concurrent, but there's going to be touch points, you know, where it's mostly going to be probably the MCU touching the Sony Pictures universe of Marvel characters, that line. But you're going to see like a little bit of that crossover because that's going to be the deal that Sony's going to work with Marvel. It's like you do, Spider-Man and you get Spider-Man, but we get to bring in some of your characters to our stuff, like Vulture, for example. That version of the Vulture is a joint production between Sony and Marvel. So if the deal fell through, they couldn't reuse Michael Keaton in that role. Like the only person that would come out of that, like, okay, Happy wouldn't be back. Aunt May wouldn't be back. MJ wouldn't be back. Ned wouldn't be. None of the people that you've seen in the movies outside of Tom Holland would come back. It would only be Tom Holland because they're the ones who contracted him for Spider-Man. Everything else is a joint production.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's the whole thing.
So when he makes a comment saying after No Way Home, our plans will start to make more sense, is that basically saying, hey, it's multiverse, he's going to cross over like willy-nilly, or are they going to try and bridge the universes? Basically, they're like one.
I would say bridge.
Well, they've said that Feige has said that Spider-Man is the only one who can cross universes, you know, and that's a kind of a cryptic comment to make, but I think he's meaning like for right now, they're trying to find a way to bring to bring Holland over. Now, it could be that whatever happens with the multiverse, which I think is going to kick off, we're going to learn about it in Loki, right? So we're going to get a lot of that with Loki, and then that's going to lead in to Spider-Man as well as whatever else is coming for the rest of the year. I mean, Eternals is going to touch upon it. Shang-Chi is going to touch upon it, obviously. And then they're going to probably end Far From Home with enough of a cliffhanger and tie into Morbius that opens 5 weeks later, right? Because they're going to get that.
Really? They're going to like use No Way Home to like bounce
are
off
you kidding me?
Morbius?
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
because
yeah.
Oh,
So you
yeah.
think they're going to like promote more of like the Vulture stuff then to like really hook people?
I think, I wouldn't be surprised if Michael Keaton and Michael Mando make an appearance.
Wouldn't they have to add to the movie though? Because that movie's been
Done,
shot for, I mean, that movie wasn't.
Yeah, but it was already
But that movie wasn't supposed to come in that
a thing.
Yeah, it was supposed to already be done, right? So they've already had. Keep in mind, like it's like an animated show. You hear about an animated show being announced, they're already like balls deep into season 2 by the time the show even gets announced. And the same thing happens here. They already have the longevity, the plan already figured out. They already do, because Feige stealth produced Venom. We know that. So he's got an active and vested interest in making this work, especially.
Look at that new Sony Disney Plus deal.
Yeah, that's a big deal. That's a big deal because they want to put all that on there.
Because I guarantee you, Venom is going to be on Disney Plus soon. I guarantee it. That's
and then think about Secret Wars. What's that going to tie into? You know, like all the things they're doing. This is Feige's master plan. This is him weaving the tapestry. You know.
So what about Kraven the Hunter then with Aaron Taylor Johnson? Is that because some people are saying, oh, because they cast Aaron Taylor Johnson, now that confirms it's not the MCU?
No, because Gemma Chan was in Captain Marvel and they felt she was underutilized, so they brought her back for Eternals.
I agree with that, but they're saying, oh, she was covered in blue makeup. She was a small role. Nobody noticed or cared.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It doesn't matter.
I was trying to hear the arguments against that point. Yeah.
No, the arguments are going to make a bunch of different stuff. I guess what Brian's falling asleep.
Yeah, we're trying to have a serious conversation here. Right, come on.
I'm listening to you.
No, I know. I'm just messing.
No, I just look at it this way. Whatever happens with Spider-Man, like, is going to happen with Spider-Man. But the thing is, I don't think that they can just keep going to the well though and just think, well, hey, we're gonna make movies of every one of Spider-Man's villains and everyone adjacent to Spider-Man, and we're never gonna bring Spider-Man into this. It's like people are gonna get really tired of that tease real quick.
Well, I think they, because of COVID, it's gonna come a lot faster. You know. Because keep in mind, like, you've got Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, and Spider-Man all coming out in the back half of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind.
Basically, every single month there's going to be something.
Yeah,
Marvel
this May was the only month where we did not get original Marvel material. This May was the only month. We're also going to get the Hawkeye show. Miss Marvel as a show is also going to come out later on this year.
What If drops in August.
What If drops in August, reportedly.
Awesome.
and that's going to happen right at the end of Loki. And so again, but we're getting movies, we're getting TV shows, we're getting all of this stuff. This is the year of Marvel. It's massive. And they're going to be tying it all together because they need to start setting up what's going to come next. And 2020 was meant to be that gap year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then because of everything, now 2021 is okay, we have to put it all out this year and we have to get back on track because they've got so much coming down the pipeline that if shifting is just going to it's just going to fall like dominoes.
We'll look at the new photo, Chris Hemsworth as Thor in that Instagram.
That was his Hulk Hogan body, by the way. That was like,
dude, his arm looks huge.
Yeah,
that man is ripped beyond ripped.
That is the biggest he's ever bulked up for Thor.
Huge.
Yeah, he looks absolutely great in that picture. Like, you know what? Looking at that picture, you know what it made me think of? It made me think of Henry Cavill, and it's like, why wouldn't you want your I hear people talk about like how Henry Cavill is too big, and it's like, why wouldn't you want your?
What else really funny about?
Why wouldn't you want it big? I don't know.
Well, you know what? Okay, part of this. Okay, look. Okay, hold on a second. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this picture because I'll be honest with you. If you look at these arms, this doesn't even look real. So I'm just gonna be straight up honest with you here. Look at this, and
I've seen the set photos though. His arms do look pretty big on set. So
yeah, but look at his hand. I mean, I don't know.
Well, he's been okay, but he's also been bulking up to play Hulk Hogan in the biopic.
No, I get it, but that just doesn't. It doesn't. The proportions don't look right.
So you're saying it's like fit? Like,
well, are you saying his forearm is too big compared to the hand?
His forearm and his hand is weird. There's something weird going on.
It's also a black and white photo, and there's a gray element behind it, and it just kind of blends together.
Oh yeah,
so
that's true.
It looks like a massive forearm, like he's been 14-year-old forever locked in a room.
The masturbation network.
Yeah, it's all look
no,
at my
I get it, but it's
like his left arm. It's his left arm, so it's a bit confusing.
Hold on, give me a second.
Something that looks weird. There's still something that looks weird with the hand.
Is no one going to point out though that Korg has a new costume?
Oh yeah,
no, nobody cares. No, just
come on, everyone loves Korg. He's hilarious.
Here's my favorite part of the movie.
But then
I just love how
I was going to make a revolution, but I didn't make enough pamphlets.
I mean, I just love how 80s it looks. It's like he looks like an action figure. That's what a lot of people are saying. It looks like a He-Man toy. With those big arms.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of the whole gag, right?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I'm really excited for this movie. I mean, I loved Ragnarok, so I can't wait to see what they do with this. I just want to see set photos of like Natalie Portman though, because apparently she worked out like crazy to bulk up for Jane Foster.
I've seen like one photo of her like walking in a pair of high heels and like a pair of
her arms look pretty big.
Yeah. That's right. That's what I was looking at.
Yeah, it looked like she got like a lot of muscle on her forearms and stuff.
I feel like I'm in an Enosh sandwich.
And here's the thing: you're the meat.
Yeah, right.
Don't eat the meat. Stop eating the meat.
Don't eat the meat.
Is RJ saying he looks like a snack?
Kind of doughy.
Snack.
Here, I analyze that picture. Give me a second.
Oh no, what's Saggy doing this time?
No, nothing bad. I actually just did a quick look at that picture that we were just talking about the arm, and hold on, let me see if I saved it.
No.
Well, real quick while she's doing that, I mean, are you guys excited for this movie? Looking forward to it?
I'm really excited.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super pumped for me. I loved Ragnarok. It's kicking off the summer in what was it, 2022 or 2023? Does anyone know?
Thor 2022.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 2023. Thank goodness. So it's actually coming out next year.
Thor: Love and Thunder 2022. Yeah, they're shooting it right now, so it's going to be ready for next year.
They just wrapped production.
Yeah, that's what that picture was. He said, "Oh, we're done filming." Like it's
it's now in post.
So I mean, and then they've also they've wrapped up Hawkeye. Just wrapped up recently.
Yeah, Hawkeye wrapped up about 2 months ago, I think. Or no, about a month ago.
Yeah, and then like Miss Marvel already wrapped. They're shooting Moon Knight right now.
Dude, Moon Knight, I can't wait for.
They're getting ready to start shooting Secret Wars.
Or Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion, yeah, that's it. They're getting because they're starting to now get the casting announcements, which means that pre-production is going pretty hardcore. they probably want to get Sam Jackson done, like because he's turning like he's in like his 70s, so they're probably like, let's just get this done with him right now.
Well,
And-
do you think that's gonna be his last appearance as Nick Fury?
No, I think he'll do it as long as I think he'll. You know, he's in some other stuff. Like he's in.
Yeah, I just know he's getting up there in age.
He's
so-
been talking all night long. Black Ops has been talking all night long.
Oh, yeah, he's been talking. He's just tired. By the way, Enosh, check your DMs. I sent you the picture.
Oh boy.
No, it's not bad. What? I don't always do bad things, guys. Jeez, give me a break.
Why is Hans making comments about me? Or Dave's gonna eat you right up. Nom nom nom. Hans, please stop.
Hold on, Hans.
Saggy
Hans.
did a good thing.
Who
Saggy
is
did a
who
good
is RJ going to eat right up? That's what I'm curious about.
Apparently Chris Hemsworth. Apparently.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, I mean, we knew this. We knew this. Hold on a second. We knew what this was.
Like a point extra lounge sandwich.
We saw what this was. We saw.
I was just curious too because I saw it at first too. I highlighted it so that you could see where the arm is.
Okay, yeah.
That way,
I guess the gray kind of does make it look a little bit.
No, that's why when Jarbo said that, because I first saw it too. When Enosh said, I was like, "Holy crap! Why does his forearm look like that?" I was like, "Let me analyze this picture." And I was like, "Okay," so I could see what he was talking about, the black and white, because the background made it look a little bigger. But that's where his arm actually is. So it looks a little bit more normal when you see the line there to kind of separate the gray.
So quick thing: do you think there's going to be an '80s montage to a rock song where he goes from Fat Thor to working out to bulk up this big?
Yes,
There's got to be an '80s montage.
I have a
movie, right?
huge feeling about that.
Well, that's going to be the bit with with Guardians of the Galaxy, I think. So because they're going to be keep in mind that they all showed up, and so that's probably going to be and they were there for a little bit. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be like the opening of the movie is going to be like he'll say like as Guardians of the Galaxy or something like stupid like that. And then they'll do a mission or something, and then he's going to get the word that like something happened to Jane Foster and he's got to go, or whoever the villain is going to be.
How big are the Guardians' roles in this movie? Do we know if they're in the movie a lot or no?
Well, I mean, they were there for a little bit, so we don't really know how long they were shooting for.
Because I think James Gunn said he was a little bit involved, right? Like
he would have
some
been
of the direction. Yeah.
Well, because they're his characters. That's the whole point. It's like on Infinity War and Endgame. You know, Gunn had input. Jon Favreau had input.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they all had the input.
Because wasn't the rumor that they were going to replace James Gunn with Taika if they didn't work it out?
I'm gonna get a headache.
Well, the thing was though is like I personally I don't think anyone was going to take over James Gunn's role. Like if James Gunn didn't come back, they didn't figure it out. Guardians 3 just wasn't going to happen. Yeah. You know, or they would tie the Guardian
that letter. Remember, when they all signed it.
And Batista wasn't going to do it. You know, but at the same time, it's like, look, James Gunn was probably, you know, like he already knew he was going to come back. I'm pretty sure he knew.
What is going on?
I don't know.
Me and Jarbo trying to have like this smart
Yeah,
conversation.
this is why you want to go to the Nearly Midnight Movie Chat, where we had a very interesting conversation about is porn art.
Oh.
No, this guy called in and said that it wasn't. And then he's like, but art, like if art is made with suffering, then it's not art. And I'm all like, well, do you think the pyramids were art? And he's all like, I don't play that game. Or no, he goes, I haven't seen that movie. And I'm all like, it's not a movie, dude.
Wait, what?
The pyramids.
a movie?
Hans, what are you saying about Jarbo
movie?
and me? What's going on?
Oh my gosh.
I see what Enosh is doing and I'm dying.
Was Jarbo hoping I was going to say that RJ was going to eat him right up? Jarbo, that's adorable. Hans is calling you out, apparently, Jarbo.
I don't know who Hans is.
He's
Where's Franz? Where's Franz?
No, Hans is our friend, me and Sag's friend. Hans.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I just thought he was going to give you shit. But I am going to go to bed because I my voice is kind of done. But yeah, I mean, I'm always on to talk Marvel. You guys know that. I mean,
yeah.
Now that what other universe do we have? What other persistent universe do we have that's going on right now? And it's really
see, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
being a Marvel fan's a lot easier right now.
It is. There's a lot less disappointment, right? It's a lot less disappointment.
And that's what we should know is just always take the road less traveled and easier. Whatever.
Marsha.
Well, here's the funny thing: like being a Batman fan's easy. Being a DC fan's hard because like Warner Brothers loves Batman, but they just
comes with a lot of salt.
Being a Superman fan is hard if you think about it.
Oh, it is. 100%.
Like that's probably the hardest one right there. Is that's the whole thing. But yeah, you're right. Batman comes pretty easy, and all the other stuff, and like I've said, I hope that they continue.
Does he?
I hope this. Wait, who comes hard? Batman? Only in darkness.
What about Superman?
Oh my! It's like a shotgun blast right through her back.
I can still call Enosh out for eating the meat. And he'd look at, well, you ate the meat too. Okay, but that still doesn't negate the fact you also ate the freaking meat.
Whose meat are you eating?
Let's not ask those questions.
I don't know.
I guess. I mean, that is kind of a hard question to ask, right?
Yeah, that's
whose meat are you imbibing?
I mean,
anyway, real quick though, one of your channel members is asking me a specific question. Peter Rabbit's Defender is asking thoughts on David O. Russell. Taylor Swift fans don't sound pleased about her joining his new movie. Oh yeah, no, she's gonna end up getting we're gonna hear stories. David O. Russell is a prick. He's a prick.
Peter Rabbit super chat that I try to explain the stuff that happened with this transgender niece, the sexual assault allegations.
Oh, I haven't heard that at all. But go back to him and Lily Tomlin on I forget which movie it was, but and then never mind when he was going to direct the Uncharted movie, and that was a whole mess.
Oh, that's right, he was.
But I will say this. I will say this though. His movie Three Kings with George Clooney is amazing.
Did you like Silver Linings Playbook or American Hustle?
I liked American Hustle. I didn't see Silver Linings Playbook. He also did Joy, right?
Yeah, he did Joy. Yeah.
I hated Joy. I thought Joy was just terrible.
I didn't like Joy either.
It was such a movie, But
He's
I will say though,
all-star cast for this new movie though, like Chris Rock, Anya Taylor-Joy.
Well,
John David Washington.
people it's like Woody Allen, And that's the whole point. It's like working with Woody Allen. The stories, the stories, but the art is there. The getting into the film festivals, going to con, getting all that fanfare and attention, potentially maybe getting up for an Oscar because that's all it is. Look at Roman Polanski, right? I mean, Meryl Streep a couple years ago was up there saying hey, we got to free Roman Polanski.
Yeah.
Never mind, we knew what did, and he admitted to what he did. And now look at Kevin Spacey's making a comeback, and everyone's losing their mind over that. But I'm like, Roman Polanski's still making movies.
Yep.
And no one's saying a word about that. And it's just, there's so much selective outrage and hypocrisy. Did you guys follow that Ellie Kemper thing from yesterday?
Mm-mm.
So I'll quickly summarize it. I did do a stream on it, but I'll quickly summarize.
I saw that.
She grew up in St. Louis. Her family is very wealthy, apparently very wealthy. And they're well known in St. Louis. And so there's this group called the Veiled Prophet Ball, and it's kind of like this Mardi Gras-esque type event for St. Louis businesses to kind of promote themselves and to promote it's classism, let's be fair. Hint of racism, but mostly classism. And her family was a part of it, and she was crowned the prophet queen, right, or whatever, a queen of love and beauty in 1999. And so that came out yesterday, and this one girl on Twitter said she compared the Veiled Prophet Ball to our KKK, and people just saw KKK and started running with this narrative that Ellie Kemper was a KKK prom queen or banquet queen in 1999. They're trying to smear as racist.
Yeah.
And I went and I read up as much as I could on this thing last night, and it's like I said, it's classist 100%, but it's really just about recreating Mardi Gras for St. Louis. And then the funny thing too is they're trying to say, look at this guy's got, he's wearing a hood. They have a clown, right? Like a clown is the guy in charge of it or whatever, right? The prophet or whatever, the veiled prophet. And it looks like a Klan robe, but this was from 1878. The Klan didn't start rocking robes really until 1915, I believe.
Well, I did hear about the story, and it was kind of told by a woman who works at a museum in that town, and she did say that there were some racist undertones, things that happened that were kind of connected to white supremacy stuff back in when this originated, and that's where the ties came in, because there was a history that was very white supremacist, and that was what the origin of this thing. But they did say that now they don't talk about the past and how this came to be, and it was changed. That's why they say they don't talk about it, but obviously people are going to dig back and see things. But it was confirmed that yes, there was some sus
there's been local African American groups, I think one called Action, that infiltrated their way in and was trying to throw down the ball. I get that, and that happened back in the 60s or 70s. But they did change up their whole thing in like 1992. They like it went to a new company, and they mostly just do like the Mardi Gras type thing. Like a lot of our history has really kind of sus elements to it.
Right.
And like acknowledging that is perfectly fine, but it's like coming out there and trying to like brand this woman like a KKK racist. Like I'm like that's a step too far.
So basically, it's cancel culture.
Oh no, totally trying to cancel Ellie Kemper. It's like
it just doesn't make sense.
Like the biggest sin she's done that I've seen is that she's from a very affluent family. She went to Princeton and she went to Oxford. You know, like to study drama and stuff, and she ended up like, you know, moving to New York and working on stuff that way. But her first real big viral breakout was a video called Blowjob Girl, where it's like it's from the same group that Donald Glover came from, Derek Comedy. And that was edgy as hell for back in 2006 to 2008. Those guys did a bunch of edgy humor, and it was all lauded back then and loved back then, but now it would get him canceled in a heartbeat because everyone's too damn sensitive. So
wow.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah, that's a pretty heavy subject.
It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. But anyway, I'm gonna bail so I can.
We're gonna wrap this up. So, but thanks for being here, Matt. Thanks to everybody actually who was here tonight. Appreciate you all, and I think we've had a good discussion about a myriad of things, and it's been an eventful night. All around.
So what did we learn? So what did we learn today? William's wrong about John Byrne. He's wrong about Bruce Wayne.
Yep.
A lot of bad takes.
You're just wrong about a lot of stuff, RJ. but we love you.
Ooh.
I don't know. I feel like I've gotten better with the spicy takes lately. I'm not as bad as I was before. Like
You're redeeming yourself. I'll give you that. You're redeeming yourself.
Yeah, worse than Matt Jarbo. That's.
Well,
I have terrible takes.
Do we believe RJ is getting better?
Oh man.
Hey, he's in therapy. He's in therapy.
That's messed up. That's messed up right there. That's the line, Enosh. You totally went over the line with that one, Enosh.
He's done diggity wrong.
Exactly. But hey, guys, I had fun tonight with you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. We had a good time. We will do Jeopardy on another night, and but
to be continued.
Yes, but I do want to say that our good friend Bradley has I'm on the wrong thing here, has offered some prizes for the next time that we do Jeopardy to the people playing. So he was going to offer them tonight, and we'll just Bradley, if it's all right with you, we'll just keep those things prepped and ready so that the next time we do it, people can play for either a Blu-ray of Watchmen Director's Cut or a digital code for BVS 4K.
Nice.
Ooh, that's
Hey,
a good one.
Bradley, you can just give it to me.
You have to win first.
That's a drop.
I loved Enosh's face. He smiled at first, and then he just was like, "Wait a minute."
Did you just say?
That's a drop.
Oh.
Did you just say that?
By the way, Black Ops, I checked out that video you posted in the private chat. It's hilarious.
It is hilarious. I would play it Black Ops, except for like, you know what? I'm very leery now of playing like certain things, because like I never know if somebody's gonna get a little crazy, and
I could post it in the comments section so people can check it out.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Have fun. But hey, Brian, thank you for being here tonight, man, and your multiverse of madness. Let everybody know where they can go and subscribe to you if they haven't already.
Absolutely. If you haven't done it already, my channel is called Brian Master of None. I did a Master of None prime time last night. It was kind of fun. Got a couple of you guys on to shoot the shit, as it were.
Yeah, we got some great conversations about sport.
Oh yeah, it was great. It was a great time.
No, it was good times. Threw back a couple drinks, which is kind of out of the norm for me, so it was kind of fun. A little bit buzzed, Brian. So
nice. And RJ, will you tell people where they can find you?
Yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me.
It doesn't matter where they can find us.
Yeah, you guys can follow me at Twitter at Resonant Justice, or on YouTube, just Resonant Justice. Tomorrow I'm doing a stream on my Marvel show, so that should be fun. Talking about some Marvel stuff. You're into that, so.
A sphincter says things I won't be watching. I'm so messing with you, RJ.
I know. It's
I love RJ. I love RJ. All right, and bad take specialist there in the middle.
Oh, there we go. Now we're
Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders.
Oh, evolving. It's evolving.
It's evolving like a Pokemon.
You can find me at Saggy Melons with the Z, and yeah, I'm Enosh now.
There you go. There you go. And Jarbo, which channel can people help you out at this week?
Oh, this week it's Brony Lovers United. It's a charitable organization that I don't like, but I feel I need to finally step up and really speak out because I know RJ has been suffering from this.
Oh, yes, my feelings too.
Oh dear God.
And I
love RJ's like what?
I don't even know what this
what?
is.
I don't even know what it is.
I don't know what's going on.
What's a brony?
I know.
I don't know. I've never watched My Little Pony. No, it's over on the $3 Theater. We had a really interesting conversation tonight about art and everything else. So yeah, I do streams at night for like an hour or so. So it gets interesting. It gets really interesting sometimes.
There you go. And guys, don't forget to, of course, make sure that you're subscribed here to the channel and also turn on your notifications. If you haven't already, please on your way out, make sure to hit that like button just to help us out a little bit. And we thank you guys so much. Don't forget, later this week, we will be giving away this bad dude right here, which is, of course, the Red Sun McFarlane Multiverse action figure. So again, all you have to do to qualify for this is be a patron, a member, or of course give a super chat at any time, and you will be in the running for that. All right, guys. Well, hey, thanks for being here. It's always fun when y'all stop by the lounge, and I get to show off my JusticeCon 21 swag because I love JusticeCon and I love the people who put JusticeCon on. So there you go, and I say it proudly. So it's been a fun night, guys. Thank you all for joining us. And
what?
Oh man!
Well, we'll just remove that right now.
Oh man!
Why? Why does he have a Bob Ross doll on his couch?
He has two. The big one's blocked by the mic, but he has two Bob Ross.
The big one's blocked.
Yes.
Oh, and he's got a Trilby back there too. Oh, a real Milady kind of guy right there.
A what?
Yeah, never mind. What? Never. Okay. It's a reference. All right. So people would argue that hat back there is a quote unquote fedora. They like to call it fedora. It's Trilby.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought it was a fedora.
It's not a fedora. It's a Trilby.
Fedora.
Indiana Jones wears a fedora. All right. This is a Trilby. There's a difference there. And the thing is like, it's something that a lot of like kind of dorky dudes on the internet will like rock a Trilby because they think it looks cool. And like they'll hold the door open for the ladies and then they'll tip their cap and just go, "Milady."
Yeah, it's kind of like a weird hipster hat.
I owned one too. I did back in 2007. So
it might just be decoration, though. He might not wear it.
No, I guarantee you he wears it.
Oh,
I guarantee you. He
totally wears it. But he would look sexy in it.
Now you know. Oh my God! Now you've done it.
What?
You've done it. Now you've done it, Saggy. He's gonna hear that, and it's gonna make his little ears burn.
Encourage him.
And he's gonna put on that Trilby. He's just gonna come over. He's just saunter up to you, go like, "Sup, girl."
Just like to tease everybody a little bit, just tickling it a little bit.
I like where this is going. Tell me more.
You like a little Bob Ross? You want a little?
Is this going to be your thing now? Saying every time you join a stream, you're just going to do this.
Some happy little trees.
I'm just going to be random people every time I join the stream.
Y'all like, why don't you show me your beaver dam?
I just got to get a good picture.
Man.
I just got to.
We'll paint it.
I just got to get a good picture of Matt Jarbo. I'll be him next week. Okay, Matt Jarbo. Okay.
They don't make mistakes. They're just happy little
Seduction 101 by Matt Jarbo. Every time he does that, I just don't know how to feel.
That cracks me up. That cracks me up. Yeah, that one always does.
The rest of it cracks me up.
Oh yeah, we saw the whole thing.
Yeah, I showed him the end of it. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Oh, that was,
all right, guys. Well, hey, don't let anybody tell you that your fandom doesn't matter, and don't tell anybody that their fandom doesn't matter. But seek to have good conversations. And if you ever run across Warner Brothers, well, just tell them this.
Suck it, Warner Brothers. Suck it.
Wow. His words, not mine. But yeah, suck it, Warner Brothers.
Y'all have a wonderful night and stay nerdy. We'll see you guys once I get back to my other page here and I can actually do this thing. So here we go. Guys, have a wonderful night. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. And we'll be back tomorrow with another stream and a wonderful panel. All right, guys. We'll see you later.